Well, race fans, do want to welcome each and every one of you to Championship Sunday, Iowa Harness Racing. As we get set to go, myself, Tony Paris, along with my co-host, sidekick, Dwayne Hewitt.
Tony, thanks for having. I think everything's working today.
Hey, that's always a good sign, but you never know. I know you chased your tail yesterday, and we're glad to have everybody that has joined us throughout the summer. Something new. Our video guy, he retired on us, and all of a sudden, hey, I knew you. We tried a lot of different things, and all of a sudden we worked something out, was able to get Hewitt Promotions, and brought it right into your living room on your tablet. Did a lot of different places, different ways. I know there's people out of New York, New Jersey, Kansas, California, Colorado that's tuned in, and hopefully we're going to have a good viewing audience today. But we're glad to have these folks, also family members, as we honor 8 special people on Championship Sunday here.
Yeah, that's not only champions today honored, right, but there's memorial races on almost every one of those. So it's great to not only honor the people here doing it today, but the people that have done it in the past.
Yeah, it's kind of like a family tradition. So
a lot of great racing to come today. There's a lot of great fans in the stands. Hopefully everybody at home can enjoy it. When we do race car stuff, we always get the crowd to scream really loud. Do you think these guys could scream really loud?
Well, John Hendricks drove by, and the whole fan club started cheering because John's actually going to drive his own horse today.
Well, John, there's one driver's got a crowd, fans in the crowd today. Anyway.
Yeah, it's kind of unique. A lot of these guys stable right here at the Humboldt County Fairgrounds. These horses are trained right here. Our championship's kind of unique. We go here at the Humboldt County Fairgrounds. On this year, next year, we'll be moving back to the Keokuk County Fairgrounds. Our 2 limestone tracks that are prepared to be able to handle any type of weather. It's an all-weather track, but always nice to represent the North one year and head to the South and another year. So.
Yeah, it's cool that you're able to have 2 facilities in the state of Iowa to have this caliber of racing on, right? You can weather some water. You can weather some sun. You've got people out working the racetrack at both locations. So it's awesome that you can do that, float back and forth. The people down in southern Iowa don't have to drive as far one year. The next year they have to drive a little farther, and vice versa for the people up north.
You bet. And, you look at Gold Glory out there. We just had the national anthem, and, pretty steady, about 1 to 2 mile an hour out of the south. But if you wasn't here last week, I think we had to button down everything. 35 mile an hour gust. We had things flying here and there, but it's going to be a beautiful afternoon for Sunday championship racing. This is what they've all worked for. Kicked it off, like we said, the 4th of July is always the tradition here at the Humboldt County Fairgrounds. So you prepare those horses, those babies, even those 2-year-olds that become 3-year-olds and the aged horses, to try to get them prepared to get ready to kick things off, accumulating points on the 4th of July, going clear up until the last weekend in September. And then you tally it all up, and you take your top 5, make the championship. The next 5 was yesterday's program in the consolation. And then anybody that did not make the top 10 raced in what was considered our consolation overnights, which went for $3,000. So,
yeah, we talk about consolation horses, and we looked at the consolation races yesterday, and there were some $10,000, $12,000 horses that have just this year, right? Some 2-year-olds have made 10 to 12 that were in the consolation race. You're going to hear some horses today that have raced predominantly in Iowa here that have made some really good money.
You bet. And we'll jump right in. About 8 minutes till post time. We want to go through our officials. Presiding judge will be Mike Morales out of Kelowna, Illinois. Associate judge is Casey Larson out of Canton, South Dakota. Our patrol judge is going to be Mike McDaniel, Alta, Iowa. Our official timer is Mark Holton from Thor, Iowa, along with Tom Johnson from over at Eagle Grove. Photo finish and charter is Kim Larson from Canton, South Dakota. Official starter Lisa Peters out of Grinnell, Iowa, along with driver Lyle Miller. He hails out of Humboldt, Iowa. We got our Clerk, of course, is Virginia Minton from Humboldt, Iowa, along with Chrissy Minton Matthews. She takes care of Pick the Winner, Pick 10. Our Executive Secretary, Dana Meyer from Humboldt. You know, a lot of people that make this all happen. Also, Humboldt County EMS crew out here every week. And, like we said, the Veterans of Foreign War from Dakota City, they open up the concession stand. They don't have to. They come out, do a service, try to raise some money, help their lodge, and just a great group of people. Myself, Tony Paris, track announcer out of Ottumwa, along with yourself, Dwayne, from Bushnell, Illinois. And we can't forget the camera operator up there, Johnny Miller, also from Bushnell. You might know him, right?
Yeah, I've known him a year or two. We were actually just telling a story about I might have broken his leg 40 years ago about this a couple months from now. So we've known each other a while. I can't thank him enough. When we talked about doing this, I told you, if we're going to do it, I have to find somebody. Johnny and Chrissy stepped up, so it was awesome.
And what we want to do is thank everybody that has supported us throughout the summer. It's been a great summer. You know, you look back, all of a sudden you see the trees are starting to change. Championship Sunday, racing season coming to an end.
Yeah, you know, that's what happens, right? When summer turns to fall, so many summer things end, right? So then we have to look forward to next year. But the cool thing about today is the whole summer leads up to this, right? Everybody's raced all summer long. They've found horses that we didn't know about, right? Didn't have any bloodlines to expect that have going to find their ways to the front, and they're going to be here in this top 5 championship today. And some of them are favorites, and then some that with bloodlines are right where we expected them to be, right?
You bet. And, you know, like we were talking yesterday, the USTA, if you pull it up, the top 2-year-olds, if you look at the top out of the whole United States Trotting Association, the top 2-year-olds, Chicken and Dice and She Pirate, are 1-2 right there. That tells you something that's pretty impressive. The caliber of horses that are raced here in Iowa and then move on. If you want to follow them, you can go to the United States Trotting Association. But most of the time, those horses go out east and prove a point.
Yeah, and a cool thing about that is bloodlines, expected, unexpected, maybe owners new and experienced, right? And drivers new and experienced. It's all that stuff comes together, and things just have to work right. You know, and She Pirate, I think, was a surprise at the beginning of the year. Not surprising anybody now, though.
No, and you know, we're going to get ready to go. We're going to look at this first race. Do have 2 driver changes. Nick Rowland getting the call to drive the number 1 horse, Major Song, and the number 4 Financial Swan. Adam Hauser will be on the bike. Adam Hauser, if you look back, Adam was actually on this colt back on September the 10th. Picking up a win in 208 and 2/5. So Royal Roland not with us today, so a lot of people had to be jostled around and picking up some different drivers, but Adam Hauser getting the call to drive Financial Swan.
If you're going to get a call to drive a horse, Financial Swan is a good one you want to drive, right?
Exactly. And, you know, take a look at race 1, Major Song, owned by Rick and C.D. Huffman, Sigourney, Iowa. Keith Wilson, Marengo, Iowa. Larry Mather, Webster, Iowa. Rick Huffman trains. Nick Rowland gets the call to drive. 13 outings, 2 wins, 5 seconds, 2 thirds, $14,733 in the bank, 208 and 2/5 for a lifetime mark at Watch Here. DP Hoosier Hall, a Tom and Kathleen Shipley owned horse from Cahoga, Missouri. Tom Shipley trains. Will Rowland getting the call to drive. 13 outings, 5 wins, and 2 thirds, $12,802 in the bank. Last race here in Humboldt picked up a win, 206 and 1/5. Number 3, Lucky 22, another Rick Huffman entry. He is owned by Rick Huffman, Keith Wilson, and Kaviana Johnson, North Liberty. Rick Huffman trains. Chad Swinson taking that drive. Has been on it all summer long. 14 outings, 6 wins, 4 seconds, 1 third, $23,998 in the bank. Last race at Humboldt picked up a win, 209 and 2/5. Financial Swan we were talking about, that is also a Tom and Kathy Shipley owned horse, so they have 2 in this championship. Cahoga, Missouri. Royal Roland out of Grinnell, Iowa also owns. And Tom Shipley trains. Adam Hauser getting the call to drive. 9 outings, 5 wins, 1 second, 1 third. Last race here at Humboldt was 3rd. And the 5 horse Freeman Freddy, Larry Jensen owned out of Bode, Iowa. Brandon Jensen trains. Brandon Jensen getting the call to drive. 14 outings, 2 wins, 5 seconds, and 3/3. 23,197. He was a dual eligible Colt up in Minnesota, also here in Iowa, and was in the finals in Minnesota, also in the finals here in Humboldt for the Iowa Association. So if you look at both of those, this field is just unbelievable, and it could be anyone's race right here.
Yeah, the cool thing is you read down through that. What did I notice? Every horse on the list has more than one win.
Exactly.
So and they've all ran against each other all summer long here in Iowa, and they've all been to the front. So that means that this race is probably going to be, minus some breaks or whatever, is going to be close at the finish.
Also, tension down in the barn area. Bring those horses on for race number 1. We're looking for those horses for race 1. Major Song, DP Hoosier Hall, Lucky 22, Financial Swan, and Freeman Freddy to the track for race 1.
All right, as we get ready to go, horses for race 1 have been called to the racetrack. The thing that we talk about a lot is the driver, right? We talk about the owner, but the people we don't forget about but maybe are the less talked about are the trainers and the groomsmen, right? They're extremely important to everything that goes on each one of these horses that we'll see today, and we cannot forget those ladies and gentlemen today as we move through the day.
You bet. And what, we're going to do something unique this summer, after today's race program. Each trainer and each groom that is tied to that horse in the championship, they will come down, they will be able to select some type of merchandise over there, either a long sleeve t-shirt, a hat, a pullover, something for their efforts. And Iowa Harness Horse Association Harness Racing will cover that, because they're the ones that's slinging the harness, getting things ready, training the horses, getting them ready to go. Also the grooms back there making sure everything's ready to go, hitching the horse up, getting them to the track. So we're going to actually give them a little bit of a present for all their hard work on the backside.
Obviously, it's just a token of appreciation, and it's a minor token, but it's just a way to say thank you, because we talk about the drivers, and we see the drivers hop from one bike to another bike to another bike and run right after another. That's almost the easy part, right? Everybody in the back, the trainers and the groom, they're the ones getting the bikes on the horses, getting stuff ready. So when that driver gets back there, all they have to do is hop, right?
Yeah, and, if they're not able to make it up here, because I know they got a lot of stuff going over on the backside, we'll keep Dana set up right over here in the grandstand. They'll be able to come down, pick out what they actually want, and it's on Iowa Harness Racing. It's compliments of their summer efforts all season long. They can pick out some type of memorabilia. Also, you, the race fans, we do ask you, it's probably the most economical T-shirts, sweatshirts, souvenirs. Stop down, see Dana. She'll get you fixed up with about any color. And they have got some special slogans on there. We got a crossword puzzle. It's kind of neat. And stop down.
The long sleeves even have writing on the sleeves.
They do. And, just a short sleeve T-shirt, $10. You can't go to a department store for $10.
No,
so
you cannot.
Take a piece of the Iowa Harness Racing swag with you here this afternoon as we get set to go with Championship Sunday.
Well, as we talk about the YouTube live that we've got going on right now, you folks watching at home, we do have the live chat open. So Richard C. has been calling Humboldt the field of dreams of harness racing every broadcast pretty much. So I want to give Richard a shout out. I don't know if Richard is here or watching from home somewhere, but if you are watching from home, hop on there. Tell us.
Also, once again, we need those horses to the track for race 1. Once again, those horses to the track for race 1.
As I was saying, hop on there. Tell us what horse or what driver you're cheering for, where you're watching from. The live chat is a great tool. We do sports broadcasts all the time, and you get to – the cool thing about it is it stays there. We can delete things if they're not supposed to be there, but they'll stay there, and they can say, hey, you know what, I'm here cheering for Frank or Bill, or I'm not going to pull out a real name. I'm just going to say Frank or Bill, and I'm watching from wherever, and it stays there. So if Frank or Bill go back and watch, they can see that you were watching live from wherever it is you're watching from and cheering them on.
You bet. Just tell us where, drop us a little chat there, and that is open, and that is on our YouTube live stream, and able to watch from anywhere. And a lot of people with these smart devices, Dwayne, you can pull it right up on those smart TVs, watch it in the comfort of your home, or actually on your smart device that you pack around, a tablet or a actual smartphone. So sometimes those smartphones just will try to smart you sometimes. So, also, this is the Roger and Sonia Owen Memorial. I got the opportunity to meet Roger and Sonia back in the 80s. We did a parimutuel harness racing throughout the state of Iowa. Was kind of the first of kicking off wagering at the county fair level, and then it kind of went to the wayside, and we went to Prairie Meadows and raced for a few years, and now out here in the county fair circuit as we get set to go with race number 1. You see the starting gate. Iowa Harness Horsemen's Association starting gate making its way to the backside. That means we're getting ready to get an up-close personal look at your top 5 four-legged athletes. And we do want to thank the Roger and Sonia Owen family sponsoring race number 1. Field of 5, 2-year-old Iowa registered trotting colts. This is the championship. Major Song, DP Hoosier Hall, Lucky 22, Financial Swan, and Freeman Freddie. A lot of people said, well, you just put them in order as how they are in the standings. No, they actually entered just like they do every week and drawn for their starting spots, so you never know what post position you're going to be coming out of. So 1 through 5 was drawn. They all get the opportunity to race off of the actual starting gate, Dwayne.
The cool thing is these horses are all good, right? And they've probably all won from some different spot on the starting gate anyway. So does it affect anything? Maybe not in general on a normal race, but the problem is you got 5 really good horses here.
Exactly.
So every driver or every horse might like a specific spot, but it's the luck of the draw. And while we have a second, Abby Kilberg is watching from Marion, Iowa. Aaron Austin is watching from Grinnell, Iowa, and Lori is watching from the backstretch here in Humboldt.
Okay, all right. And, a little bit of a disadvantage. People don't realize this. One hole's really tight to get down here in the corner. The 5-post position, and the 4-post position, you're having to go really fast to stay with the gate because you're so far out there, and you're trying to get that momentum to carry you down in the corner. So probably the ideal is a 2 or 3 hole because you're able to go right straight out and see if you can actually beat them to the corner. But it is, in the big parimutuel tracks when you got them 9 wide, that 8 and 9 hole, you are really cooking to keep up with the gate. So you got to use a little bit of a horse or maybe a lot of horse to keep up, and hopefully you got something like Bulldog Hanover. We watched Bulldog Hanover last night, 150 and 1/5 out in Dayton, and it looked like it was a cakewalk, and he's beating some of the best horses, the Shadow Play Colt, and he is a freak. I guarantee you, I will call him a freak because he has done anything and everything, and he's the fastest standardbred pacer in the United States. As we get set to go, 2-year-old Trotting Colts Championship, Roger and Sonia Owens Memorial. Horse number 1 will be Major Song, Nick Rowland in the bike. Number 2, DP Hoosier Hall with Will Rowland. So brothers, 1, 2. Number 3, post position, Lucky 22 with Chad Swenson. The number 4, Financial Swan, Adam Hauser getting the call to drive. And the 5, Freeman Freddie with Brandon Jensen. That is your field of 5, 2-year-old, Iowa registered, trotting Colts and Geldings. $18,000 on the line, Dwayne. We split it up in Iowa, 45, 25, 15, 10, and 5. So each horse going to get a pretty good chunk of money.
Yeah, and if you're watching YouTube right now, you see the card that's on the screen with the drivers before the changes and the horses 1 through 5. And I'm not going to lie, I didn't know a whole lot about harness racing, didn't follow any of these horses before the year. You start falling in love with horses and with what's going on just by watching this. And each one of these horses from doing these races each week, I know all of them by name, and I know they all could be fast. And I'm glad that I'm not trying to do the pick 10 or anything else right now.
You know, and it's where you get off the gate, what type of trip, what type of mile, if you get parked to the outside, if you get locked in. You know, it's all strategy, and that's those guys that's got the reins in their hands. As we get set to go, the starter, Lisa Peters, she is called for a field of 5. The gate is rolling as we get set to kick off Championship Sunday. Do want to thank each and every one of you tuned in on our YouTube live stream. Also, you, the race fans that come out in attendance supporting Iowa Harness Racing. Hopefully, you picked the right one for your pick 10. If you can pick all 10 and you're in attendance, we will write you a check for $1,500. Yes, that is correct. That orange card, if you have the right numbers for 10 races, it's been paid out 3 times. Iowa Harness Racing, as they are 1/8 of a mile. They work past the 8th pole. Now the gate swings in the head of the stretch, picking up speed. It is your 2-year-old trotting Colt and Gelding Championship. Off stride is DP Hoosier Hall. And here we go, off and trotting, getting out on top, it is Lucky 22. Racing second is Major Song. In third, Financial Swan. And to the outside is Freeman Freddie. And the early breaker is DP Hoosier Hall back there. As they make their way down the backside, it is Lucky 22, the Lucas Hall Colt, with 6 wins this summer, looking to try to add to it. Taking them to the quarter pole, it's Chad Swinson with Lucky 22. 31 1/5, 31 1. Quick tempo for your 2-year-old trotters. Out on top, showing the way, it's Lucky 22. Racing second, it is Nick Rowland with Major Song. Stablemates 1-2. Racing third, Financial Swan. Racing fourth, Freeman Freddie. And in fifth, DP Hoosier Hall. As they make their way down, complete the first half of the mile. At the half, it's Lucky 22. 102 to the half. And on top, showing the way, it's Lucky 22. Racing second, it's Major Song. And in third, Financial Swan. Now Financial Swan tips out. Adam Hauser asking for a little down the backside. Freeman Freddie races fourth and fifth. DP Hoosier Hall as they head to the 3/4 pole. Out on top, showing the way, it is Lucky 22 off stride. Financial Swan putting in bad steps. 132 1/5, 132 1. Out on top, 1-2. It is the Rick Huffman stable. 1-2. Lucky 22 and Major Song. Freeman Freddie races third. As they turn for home, Major Song up to try to battle stablemate. As they come to the wire, it is Major Song. Lucky 22 second. Third, Freeman Freddie. Fourth, Financial Swan. And fifth, DP Hoosier Hall. 2:03 and 3/5. 2:03 and 3 for the mile for Major Song. That'll be a new lifetime best for Major Song, driven by Nick Rowland. Owned by Rick and C.D. Huffman, Sigourney, Iowa. Keith Wilson, Marengo. Larry Mather, Webster, Iowa. Rick Huffman, trained. Nick Rowland, driven. 14 outings, 3 wins, 5 seconds, and 2/3. New lifetime mark, 2:03 and 3 for the Major Athens Colt. And we have the family of the Roger and Sonia Owen Memorial. If anybody is in attendance, we'll present the trophy blanket in memory of Roger and Sonia Owen Memorial. And Roger and Sonia Owen Memorial. Fred Wagner, you are a winner to kick it off. Fred Wagner, Wellman, Iowa. Yeah, making the way to the winner's circle will be Major Song. Major Song is a Major Athens colt out of a boy band mare. Vernon J. Mast. Nick Rowland, the driver, with Major Song. Yes, he did. Yeah, Roger and Sonia, they were actually involved in our parimutuel county fair racing.
All right, Nick, can I hop in there and talk to you for just a second? Or okay, we won't talk to him real quick. Rick. Big win today. Sounds like it's a special blanket for you, too.
Oh, this is great. This is worth a lot right here.
Tell us a little bit about Roger.
Oh, he was a great guy. He was a great promoter, and he did a lot for our sport.
Well, it's a good day when you can start off with a win, right?
It's not going to get any better than this, I'll tell you that. It's already great.
All right, put your hands together for our Race 1 champion, Major Song.
Our official results for Race 1, Major Song was your winner. DP Hoosier Hall was 5th. Horse number 3, Lucky 22, finishing 2nd. Horse number 4, Financial Swan, 4th. And horse number 5, Freeman Freddy, was 3rd. Top down, 1, 5, 2, 4, 3 on the bottom. Quarter and 31 and 1, a half and 102, 3/4 and 132 and 1. The mile 203 and 3/5 be a new lifetime mark for Major Song. Major Song, that's 14 outings with 3 very crucial wins, especially this one here this afternoon. 3 wins, 5 seconds, 2/3, 2:03, and 3/5 for Major Song.
Well, we do want to say hi to Dana Porter Grimm watching in Sigourney. Am I saying that right? Sigourney. I've always wondered how you're actually Sigourney. Sigourney. Well, Dana, at any rate, however you say it, I'm butchering the town name, but thanks for joining us live on YouTube. We do greatly appreciate it. And just as we talked about, folks, that first race, you didn't know who was going to win, and Lucky 22 led most of the way, and Major Song, about a half a length maybe, with the win at the line. So that's just an example of what these races are going to look like, especially these first 8 today, folks. They should be great from top to bottom. So if you're not watching in person and you know somebody at home that is not watching, is that Mr. Hendricks right there? That's Big John running right by there. I thought so. But at any rate, share the link. It's available at Hewlett Public Pro LLC's YouTube channel, and it's available on the Iowa Harness Association's Facebook page. Share it, like it, get it out there. It's going to be some great racing the rest of the way as we get ready for race number 2 on the day.
All right, Dwayne, race number 2 coming up. That is going to be your Dick and Charlene McDaniel Memorial. Dick and Shar, avid trotting people, many years in the sport here in Iowa. And of course, Joel McDaniel and Candy Schooley with us here this afternoon. She comes in from Kentucky. Just a family affair. You know, that's something that they grew up doing, and they carry on the tradition. So Candy actually was training horses down around the Mayville area, and Joel trains right here at the Humboldt County Fairgrounds. So taking a look at race number 2, it is your 2-year-old Trotting Filly Championship, field of 5. 1 driver change, number 2, SV Blushing Money. Adam Hauser getting the call to drive the number 2 horse. Number 1, Lucy Jewel, owned by Justin and James Gould, Humboldt, Iowa. Justin Gould trains, James Gould drives. 13 outings, 6 wins, 3 seconds, 2/3 for the Lucas Hall filly. 13 outings, 6 wins, 3 seconds, 2/3, $22,589 in the bank. Last race here at Humboldt in the Sire Stakes, picking up a win, 205 4/5. That was a new lifetime best. Number 2 horse, SV Blushing Money. This is the International Money filly, owned by Royal Rolling Grinnell, Iowa. Tom and Kathy Shipley, Cahokia, Missouri. Tom Shipley trains. Adam Hauser drives. 11 outings, 4 wins, 2 seconds, 1/3. $12,825 in the bank. 208 4 here at Humboldt. Picked up a win back on September the 17th, 208 4/5. That was the new lifetime mark for SV Blushing's Money. And number 3, She Pirate, owned by Ryan M. Sherman, Marengo, Iowa. Curtis Carey trains. Will Rowland drives. 15 outings, 12 wins, and 2/3. Has put $33,467 in the bank. Has a lifetime mark of 201 4/5. Last raced at Humboldt, picked up a win, 202 2/5. Has a lifetime mark, 201 4, and that come back on September the 17th. Horse number 4, Airman's Jackpot, leased to Amos Hines, Frierson, Louisiana. Amos Hines trains, Brett Erickson drives. 16 outings with 8 wins, 5 seconds and 3/3, $24,234, 204 4/5 at Watch Year. Last raced here at Humboldt in the Sire Stakes was 3rd. And horse number 5, Prima Bella. Prima Bella is an Angus Hall filly, owned by Tiffany K. Lyles, Tumble, Iowa. Tiffany Lyles trains, Gary Lyles drives. 12 outings, 3 wins, 3 seconds, 5/3, $14,552 in the bank. 204 4/5 here at Humboldt. Last raced at Humboldt was 3rd. That is your field of 5 for the Dick and Charlene McDaniel Memorial for 2-year-old Trotting Fillies. So $18,000 purse for all of our 8 races. Those are our championship for each division. We start out with the 2-year-old Trotting Fillies. Then we'll move into the 2-year-old Pacing Colts, Pacing Fillies. Then we'll move into 3-year-olds. Field of 5. 1 driver change in the second race. SV Blushing Money, Adam Hauser driving the number 2 horse.
Well, Tony, one of the horses that we talked about earlier in this one, right? Starting from one of the slots that you said might be ideal, and she has proven the ability to use these good starting spots to get to the front. But you've told me throughout the year that any horse can win any time. It just takes the right circumstances, right?
Yeah, you just got to make sure you get the right mile, the right trip, and also you can't make that horse do something that it doesn't want to do. But that's what you actually have your trainer for. That trainer gets that horse prepared, ready to perform, and try to get the best out of them on race day. And you want to be as sharp as possible. And like you said, that 2 and 3 hole, is really good here at the Humboldt County Fairgrounds, because the one hole, getting down in there, it's a little tight, and clear out to the outside, you just got to use quite a little bit of horse. If you're going to try to cut the mile or get to the top, you got to use quite a little bit of horse out of that 4 and 5 hole position. So She Pirate right out of the 3. That would be my selection if I was going to put the farm on it. You know, if you're a betting man, that might be the choice of race 2, but anything can happen in a horse race.
Well, I can tell you that somebody watching live on YouTube right now, Heather Lyles, Lexi, Sophie, and John are watching from Tampa, Florida, and they say they're cheering for Prima Bella. I wouldn't know why.
No, you wouldn't know why. They actually, I think they were here for the summer a little bit, hung out with Tiffany and, mom and sister down there in Florida, so they're actually able to watch live. That's what's kind of unique with our YouTube stream. Johnny Miller over there, he is shooting the camera action. Takes a special type of person to be able to zoom in and of course, be in on our beautiful looking faces today, Dwayne.
Thankfully, right now he is not zoomed in.
Okay, that's a good
the
thing.
Other good thing, we're in the shade, so it doesn't. Unfortunately, it shows our outline, but it doesn't show our beautiful faces so well.
Well, we're getting ready to go with race number 2, so it's going to be interesting to see how this all shakes out. That's what we're here for. We got 5 of some of the best Iowa trotting fillies. And we do want to thank Candy Schooley on the bugle for the call of race 2. Thank you, Candy, as we support the McDaniel Memorial here, Dick and Shar. Great people. I actually had the opportunity to work for Dick back in the 80s, cleaning stalls, grooming, getting horses ready. And, one of the horses that stick out in my mind was a Speedy Crown gray trotting stud named Northern Prince, and it was kind of a throwaway horse. He had been at the raceway. Dick says, I'll take a chance on him, brings him out to Iowa, actually gets him back performing very well. And Northern Prince, he was a gray stallion, trotting stallion, and that was my memories working for Dick and Shar back at the Iowa State Fairgrounds.
I want to say hi to Allison McGregor Keller, who's watching in Ottawa, Kansas. She says, proud to have known the McDaniel family for 50 years or more. So that's the cool thing, too. We can see people from Kansas and from all over watching people that we're honoring in races today.
You bet. So post parade for race number 2. Going to make its way down in front of the grandstand. 2-year-old trotting fillies. Some pretty good money earned throughout the summer, Dwayne. You look at She Pirate, 33,467, and been out 15 times, 12 times to the winner's circle. Horse number 1, Lucy Jewel, with James Gould in the bike. Horse number 2, SV Blushing Money, with Adam Hauser. The number 3, She Pirate, with Will Rowland. Number 4, Airman's Jackpot, with Brett Erickson. And the 5, Prima Bella with Gary Lyles. Field of 5, 2-year-old trotting fillies. So you take a look at the breeding in here. Of course, Lucas Hall, he stands down in Lorimore, Iowa. International Money. Spring Valley Farms actually bred that when it was sold at the Cannon Falls sale up in Minnesota last year. Spectator K stands over in Seymour, Iowa. Andy and Julie Merritt here with us today. They're from the Seymour area. They used to own Spectator K. Now the Byler brothers own him. Airman's Jackpot used to be Rick and C.D. Huffman. And I think Larry Mather was involved with that stallion, and they moved him over to Kelowna, Iowa, some new ownership there. And then Prima Bella, of course, what can you say? Angus Hall. That Angus Hall's been around a long time. This filly also purchased at the Cannon Falls sale, and it was also raised by Spring Valley Farms. Angus Hall, I think he stands in Canada right now at Winback Farms up in Canada. So
Ronald Burks is watching from Houston, Texas, saying, let's go, Brett.
Oh, okay. He's calling out the Green Lantern. Brett Erickson, huh?
He is calling out the Green Lantern. The Green
Every
Lantern's
once in a
fast,
while,
right?
every once in a while, we'll throw a nickname out there. You know, Adam Hauser. I never knew until Darren up at Running Aces started calling him Doogie, and they called him Doogie Hauser. And somebody else gave him that name, and he was actually at the sale up at the Cannon Falls sale. A guy from Illinois gave Adam Hauser that familiar nickname, Adam Doogie Hauser.
That's a throwback to some. Maybe most of the people here might remember Doogie Howser, but there's some in the crowd that have no idea what you're talking about.
Exactly.
Right,
maybe you have to elaborate on that. That puts a date stamp on you, Dwayne.
it does put a date stamp on us.
All right, they approach the 8th pole as we get set to go. 2-year-old Trotting Fillies. All looking good. Around the far turn, work past the draw gate. Gate swings into the stretch as we get set to go. 2-year-old Trotting Fillies. Picking up speed. And here we go, up and trotting. Getting out on top through the middle. She Pirate, that 3-hole. Getting out on top, racing second is SB Blushing Money now to the outside. Is Airman's Jackpot off stride. It's Lucy Jewel. Lucy Jewel off stride. Off a 2 down the backside. Out on top showing the way it is She Pirate. She Pirate, Airman's Jackpot races second. In third, SV Blushing Money in fourth. Prima Bella in fifth. Lucy Jewel. As they head to the quarter pole, it's She Pirate. 29 1/5, 29 1. A quick opening tempo, 29 1/5. Might be on a 159 clip today. Out on the point, it is She Pirate. She Pirate showing the way. Airman's Jackpot trying to stay right there within striking distance. Racing third is SB Blushing Money. In fourth, Prima Bella. As they make their way down to complete the first half of the mile on the front end is She Pirate. She Pirate bringing them to the half. 59-2 Vis, 59-2. She Pirate now starting to try to open it up. Racing second. Airman's Jackpot. SB Blushing Money races third. Prima Bella in fourth. Fifth is Lucy Jewel. Down the backside for the final time. 2-year-old Trotting Fillies for the Dick and Shar McDaniel Memorial. Go to the 3/4 pole. Open it up. Is She Pirate. 129 flat, 129. We called it 159. Can they bring it home? Out on the front end, She Pirate. Airman's Jackpot races second. In third, SV Blushing Money racing fourth. Lucy Jewel, Prima Bella in fifth. It's She Pirate out on the front end. Trying to go gate to wire. Airman's Jackpot not going to get there. It is She Pirate picking up the win. Second. We'll go to Airman's Jackpot. Third, SV Blushing Money. Fourth, Lucy Jewel. And fifth, Prima Bella. 2 minutes, 1/5. 2 minutes, 1/5 for the mile. Quarter in 29-1. The half in 59-2. 3/4 in 129. The mile, 2 minutes, 1/5 for She Pirate. She Pirate, there'll be a new lifetime mark for the Spectator K Filly. Out of a Armbro Tropicana mare, breeder Andy and Julie Merritt, Seymour, Iowa, owned by Ryan M. Sherman, Marengo, Iowa, Curtis Carey, the winning trainer, Will Rowland, the winning driver. And there's a story about this filly, race fans. If you ever want to get into the horse racing business, Kelowna Standardbred sales coming up on October the 29th. Andy and Julie Merritt took this filly as a yearling to the Kelowna Sale Barn. Ryan Sherman was getting into the business. He actually ended up bidding the highest bid and ended up buying this filly, and she has been an unbelievable 2-year-old trotting filly. Ryan Sherman, he stands right down here. New owner in the business. You always hope you get a good one. We'll see what he gets for coming up, his 2-year-olds and 3-year-olds for next year. Going to be making the way to the winner's circle will be She Pirate, Will Rowland, with Curtis Carey, the winning trainer. The Dick and Charlotte McDaniel Memorial.
Oh, we got to get everybody in there tight. A lot of people in this photo. A very popular win. Don't move just yet. Can I get you to slide down just a little bit? There you go. That's fine. You're fine. Just want to make sure that everybody at home can see this great group of folks we have out here as well. We'll slide in here while we're still standing and talk to Will. Boy, this horse has been a pleasure, hasn't she?
Yeah, she makes the driver look good. I can screw up, let her run or something, have her on the gate too much, and she'd make up for the bad driving.
2 minutes and 1/5. Would it have been nice to be that 1:59 and 4 or something?
I didn't want to push her. Save some for next year.
There you go. Put your hands together for Will Rowland getting the win. We'll come in here and talk to Ryan for a second. Come here, Ryan, if you don't mind. Well, I've talked to you early in the season when you got your first win and your first race as an owner. This has to have been a dream season, hasn't it?
Oh, yeah. I was hoping for a horse that just made it to the race, and now I have the 2-year-old filly champion. It feels really good.
Now, you have a yearling. I remember, didn't you say you bought a yearling? Does that mean you're going to have a 2- and a 3-year-old next year, or what's the plan?
Yes, I'll actually have 2 2-year-olds and a 3-year-old next year.
So you've caught the bug? Is that what we're hearing?
Yeah, She Pirate did her job and got me hooked.
All right, put your hands together for Ryan, your owner of your champion in the 2-year-old Trotting Fillies.
All right. Tom Johnson, Eagle Grove, you're the winner. You knew it was going to be She Pirate. Tom Johnson, you're the winner. All right. Official results for race 2. Horse number 1, Lucy Jewel, was 4th. Horse number 2, SV Blushing Money, was 3rd. Horse number 3, She Pirate, your winner. Horse number 4, Airman's Jackpot, 2nd. And horse number 5, Prima Bella, was 5th. Top down, 4, 3, 1, 2, 5 on the bottom. Quarter at 29-1. The half in 59-2. 3/4 in 129. The mile, 2 minutes, 1/5 for She Pirate. That is your official rundown for the Dick and Charlotte McDaniel Memorial for 2-year-old Trotting Fillies.
Want to say hi to Rob Anderson, who's also watching, and mentioned that I've heard you talk about the old state fairgrounds, and he said he used to love watching the harness racing at the state fairgrounds.
You bet. And, Robbie usually comes back, races with us throughout the summer around to Bennett, Colorado, not making the trek out with some fuel prices and only having 1 yearling. So next year, planning on coming back racing with us here in Iowa. But first time we got the opportunity to meet him, he was actually out in, the state of Kansas, and Midwest Harness Racing used to be Kansas, Missouri, and Iowa. Now it's just Iowa Harness Racing because no racing other than the Clark County Fair in Cahokia, Missouri. The only standardbreds in the state of Missouri is at Cahokia, Missouri. And then we used to race in Stockton, Waukene, and Winfield, Kansas out there. So, it just things change and different organizations go different directions. And the stories about being out in the Kansas racing, I know when I was a little kid out there watching, he always had flat tires because they call them sandburrs. And those sandburrs would work their way up and had many flat tires out in Winfield, Stockton, and Waukene, Kansas.
Ronald Burke says, congratulations, She Pirate and trainer Curtis Carey. And you always mention the trainers, but when we get out here, we interview the drivers. We try to interview the owners. We don't get to talk to the trainers a whole lot. But as we said earlier, they are an important part of things going on.
You bet. Most of the time, they're back there making sure everything's getting out in a timely fashion. And we're going to move on to race number 3. This would be the Glenn Mino Memorial. Glenn Mino, 2-year-old Pacing Colt Championship, a field of 5. And horse number 1, Mark Box 20, owned by Dwayne and Connie Rowland, Grinnell, Iowa. Dwayne Rowland trains and drives, 14 outings, 1 win, 2 seconds and 5 thirds, $10,949, has a lifetime mark, 216-1, coming at the Wapello County Regional Fair in Eldon, Iowa, earlier back in June. Last race here at Humboldt was second, 204. Horse number 2, Just a Millionaire. Rick Huffman, Sigourney, Iowa. Larry Mather, Webster, Iowa owns. Rick Huffman trains. Nick Rowland getting the call to drive. 14 outings, 1 win, 3 seconds, 5 thirds. $9,987, 205-4 at Watch here. Last raced here at Humboldt in the Sire Stakes was 4th. Horse number 3, Sign of the Times, owned by Larry Mather, Webster, Iowa. Rick Huffman trains. Adam Hauser drives. 15 outings, 2 wins, 4 seconds, 3 thirds, $11,897 in the bank. 206 at Watch here. And last raced here at Humboldt was second, 205-1/5. Horse number 4, Take a Closer Look, owned by Rick Huffman, Sigourney, Iowa. Larry Mather, Webster, Iowa. C.D. Huffman, Sigourney, Iowa. Rick Huffman trains. Chad Swenson doing the driving. 14 outings, 4 wins, 9 seconds, $17,237, 204. And last raced at Humboldt was second. And horse number 5, Chicken and Dice. Jeff Carey, Columbus Junction, Iowa. Jay DeLong out of Clinton, Wisconsin are the owners. Trained by Curtis Carey, Will Rowland doing the driving. And this is unbelievable, Dwayne. 12 starts, has been perfect in all 12 wins. $29,158 in the bank. Perfect in their 2-year-old season. That's every race that's been entered. Had a couple scratches, but has raced 12 times, has performed 12 times, getting to the winner's circle.
You know, my question is now, we're doing the pick 10. I don't know how many people we have left in the pick 10. I would think there would be some. Is there anybody not picking Chicken and Dice in the pick 10? Oh, there are a few out there not picking Chicken and Dice. So if the right horse wins, they could be the only ones in the running for the 1,500, right?
Well, you never know. And, sometimes if you're a gambling man or take a chance, must have decided that they're going to try something different. But I know back there in the barn area, anybody that's affiliated with Chicken and Dice, they're sure wanting to make sure that it's 13 for 13.
Rob Anderson says goat heads are what ruin tires.
Is that what it is?
Tires. It's goat heads.
Goat heads. I called them sandburrs.
You called them sandburrs. That's because we're from river areas where sandburrs are the thing, right?
Yeah, exactly. So this will be your Glenn Mino Memorial 2-year-old trotting. Our 2-year-old pacing Colt Championship as we get set to go. And we do want to thank Angie Mino on the bugle for the call of race number 3. This will be the Glenn Mino Memorial. Hopefully we're pronouncing that all right. Mino, M-I-N-O. So, Glenn Abbott, horse person for many years. Going to honor Glenn Mino Memorial for race number 3. 2-year-old pacing Colts and Geldings. Mark Box 20, Just a Millionaire, Sign of the Times. Take a closer look at Chicken and Dice.
So if you're in the pick 10, not picking Chicken and Dice, who's your pick?
Well, taking a look here, take a closer look. 14 with 4 wins, 9 seconds. And anytime you look over here on the standings, Chicken and Dice, take a closer look, actually ended up winning. I think that was the day that the Chicken and Dice was actually scratched. But here we go. Horse number 1, Mark Box 20 with Dwayne Rowland. Horse number 2, Just a Millionaire with Nick Rowland. Horse number 3, Sign of the Times with Adam Hauser. Number 4, Take a Closer Look with Chad Swenson. And the number 5, Chicken and Dice, Will Rowland. Yeah, we get set to go. Race number 3, the Glen Minot Memorial. 2-year-old pacing Colts and Geldings. Yeah, you take a look here, like you said, everybody that's in the championship, they get 10 points for winning, 6 for second. So when you do the math, Chicken and Dice, there's nobody that can really touch Chicken and Dice in the championship standings. It'll already be the champion, but it's the point right here to try to win the championship race, going for $18,000. So that's 3 times more than what we race for on a weekly basis here on the Iowa circuit.
Yeah, if you can't take home the season championship, taking home the blanket is a good consolation prize, right?
Yeah, and but Chicken and Dice going to go for 13. Lucky number 13's 12 for 12. 13 start here as we get set to go. Mark Box 20 out 14 times with 1 win. Just a Millionaire 14 starts with 1 win. Sign of the Times 15 starts with 2 wins. Take a closer look, 14 starts with 4 wins. And Chicken and Dice, of course, being perfect, 12 for 12. So we get set to go. And gate is rolling. A beautiful Sunday afternoon here in Humboldt, Iowa.
Chicken and Dice is going to have to chase the gate around the corner, though.
Out of that 5-hole position. So got to move a little bit. You got to use a little horse to make sure you stay up there as we get set to go with race number 3 on our 11-race program. Rounds a far turn. Makes their way down for the start of race number 3. Picking up speed. And here we go up and pacing. This is your 2-year-old pacing Colts and Geldings. Getting out on top, showing the way. It is. Take a closer look. Take a closer look out on top, showing the way. Racing in that second spot is Mark Box 20. Racing in that third position is Sign of the Times. Down the backside for the first time as they head to the quarter pole. Out on top, it's Chad Swenson in command with Take a Closer Look. Take a closer look, your race leader. Out on the front, going to take him to the quarter. It is Take a Closer Look. 29 and 4/5, 29 and 4. Quick opening tempo. Out on top, showing the way. It's Take a Closer Look, racing second. It is Nick rolling in the bike with Just a Millionaire. Now up to battle. You've got a horse race for that third position. It is Mark Box 20. And to the inside is Sign of the Times. Chicken and Dice. Now Chicken and Dice going to go 3 over early. Coming to the half. As they come to the half. Minute 3/5. Out on top, you've got a horse race. It is Take a Closer Look and Chicken and Dice. Chicken and Dice to the outside. Take a closer look to the inside. You've got a horse race still parked to the outside. It's Chicken and Dice having to go the long mile as they head to the 3/4 pole. Last night we seen Bulldog Hanover park. It's Chicken and Dice parked today as they go to the 3/4 pole. Abel trying to clear, not able to get there yet. Chicken and Dice. 130 and 4/5, 130 and 4. Out on top, now clears. It's Chicken and Dice. Mark Box 20 up to battle with Take a Closer Look as they round the far turn. It's Chicken and Dice. You've got them 3 over for second, third, and fourth as they turn for home. Chicken and Dice, can he finish? Coming in a hurry. It is Mark Box 20 photo for the win. Photo between Chicken and Dice, Mark Box 20. 202 and 3/5, 202 and 3. And they will do the photo up above and figure out it's between the 5 and the 1. What a race there for your 2-year-old pacing Colts and Geldings.
Well, that race was everything we could have wanted and more, wasn't it, folks?
Dwayne, that 5-hole, like we talked about, getting off the gate in that 5-post position and being, we call it parked outside, having to go a little further around the race course. It always uses a more of their stamina and they're more of their ability to have to try to clear. Finally, at the three-quarter pole, cleared over there. Then they come at him in a hurry on the home stretch.
Yeah, Chicken and Dice had to start outside and then had to run the long half through turns 1 and 2 on the three-quarter part of the mile, right? So had to run farther than everybody else in the middle stages as well. So a lot of work to get to the front.
And by a nose will be the number 5, Chicken and Dice. Perfect. 13 for 13. The Glen Mino Memorial for 2-year-old pacing Colts. Chicken and Dice. It was by a nose. What?
What's the bugle plane pay?
And, hey, get out there and talk to Larry a little bit about Glen Mino because Glen's kind of an instrumental person.
Larry, we've had a few people win some races that had some meaning. This one has some meaning for you, doesn't it?
Yep. There's just 2 of his daughters here. I lived with them when I was 14 years old, and that's when I got in the business.
Well, it's stuck for a year or two then, hasn't it?
50 years next year.
Well, congratulations on a big win. Oh, we got some more people coming down. Oh, they're coming from that way. There they come.
Yeah, we actually had a little delay because they had to photo it out, and the Rollins thought they might have had it, and Will pulls up here and he didn't know, and all of a sudden you photo it out. It's by a nose, and Chicken and Dice. What can you say? Had to go the long mile, was parked, finally able to clear at the three-quarter pole, and still pulls it off. 13 for 13. One of the owners right there, Jay DeLong out of Clinton, Wisconsin. He's here. And Jeff Carey, Curtis Carey. And I'll tell you what, this could be one of the top Colts ever out of the state of Iowa, sired by Millionaire Camp. How about it, race fans? Give it up. There is a very nice 2-year-old Millionaire Cam. Chicken and Dice.
Hey, Will, come over here for a second. You're having a pretty good day so far.
So I went out on the track, and I told Jay, the other owner, I said, I'm going to duck this colt just to make Curtis sweat. And Jay was like, oh, no. The plan was to leave with him, but anyway, I like throwing a wrench in Curtis's plan sometimes.
Now, in your defense, they said it was a photo finish. You said you won by a head. You never had a doubt, did you?
No. I could see where the wire was at, and I knew we had him. So,
well, a pretty good day for you so far. You've got more to do, though, right?
Right. Hopefully it continues to go well.
All right. Put your hands together for Will Rowland.
Hey, Dwayne, I got a special interview here. This is Jay DeLong. He's out of Clinton, Wisconsin. He's one of the owners. And, we got to ask him. He's owned a lot of racehorses in his lifetime. How does this colt compare to what you actually own, Jay?
Well, he's one of the nicest Iowa broods.
I'll tell you what, that's very emotional right there because you always hope you have a diamond in the rough, and when you have something that's that good, 13 for 13. I know Minnie Vinny and some other horses out there, but I think this one right here tops them all, Jay.
Yeah, he's been good. I don't know what else to say. Sorry.
How about a race fans? Jay DeLong, he's speechless. 13 for 13. You always hope that you own something that's that good.
Hey, Jay, did you know he was going to be this good? Best one. So he knew it from the get-go he was going to be the best one. That's how you know what you're doing, right, Tony? When you knew from the start he was going to be the best one.
Well, I'll tell you what, usually within the first couple of months, breaking them, getting them going, you always have your talk with your trainer and stuff. You say, hey, are they really actually going to make it? And sometimes it says, nope, not going to make it. And then when springtime comes around, you give them another opportunity, and then all of a sudden they can only go in about 2:30, and that ain't going to cut it, so they end up having to find a different home. But very special. Jay DeLong, Thomas Jeff Carey, very, very emotional in victory lane. And that is impressive, 13 for 13, undefeated, perfect season here in Iowa. Chrissy Miller, Bushnell, Illinois, you are the winner. You're the winner. All right, official results for the third. Horse number 1, Mark Box 20, was second. Horse number 2, Just a Millionaire, was third. Horse number 3, Sign of the Times, was fifth. Horse number 4, Take a Closer Look, was fourth. And horse number 5, Chicken and Dice, your winner. Top down, 2, 3, 5, 4, 1 on the bottom. Quarter at 29-4, half in a minute and 3/5, 3/4 in 1:30-4. The mile 2:02 and 3/5 for Chicken and Dice.
Once again, the live chat is open. We've deleted a few things out of it, but Abby Kilberg says congrats, and the Careys get another congratulation. This one from Merle Gingrich. So the live chat is open. That's one of the cool things we like to do with our productions is get everybody involved in the live chat. Let everybody know where you're watching from and who you're cheering for, so these people, everybody can go back and watch and enjoy what's going on. But Championship Day is living up to everything it's been billed to as we work into, we're race number 4 already? Moving through in a hurry. Race number 4 is coming up next, and the pacing 2-year-old fillies will be it, correct? Am I right there?
Yes, you are, Dwayne, as we move on to race number 4. And race 4 will wrap up our 2-year-olds. Then we'll move into 3-year-olds. So 2-year-old pacing fillies. And taking a look, Hunky Dory, Sabrina Song, So Over This, Roland and Rita, and Waterloo Lucy. Those 5. And taking a look, no changes. This will be the Cliff Card Memorial. Horse number 1, Hunky Dory, owned by Penny S. Lundell, Cherokee, Iowa. Joel McDonald trains, Brandon Jensen drives. 14 outings, 5 wins, 5 seconds. Last raced at Humboldt, picked up a win, 2:02 and 3/5, back on September the 17th. Horse number 2, Sabrina Song, owned by Kara Hauser, Hardy, Iowa. Brenda Minton, Perry, Iowa. Mark Minton trains, Adam Hauser drives. 13 outings, 2 wins, 4 seconds, 2/3. Last raced at Humboldt was 5th. Horse number 3, So Over This, owned by Mark and Brenda Minton, Perry, Iowa. Mark Minton trains and drives. 13 outings, 3 wins, 5 seconds, 4/3. Last raced at Humboldt was 2nd. Horse number 4, Roland and Rita, owned by Roger Roland, Grinnell, Iowa. Dwayne Roland trains and drives. 11 outings, 9 wins, 1 second. Last raced at Humboldt, picked up a win. And the number 5, Waterloo Lucy, owned by Jay DeLong, Clinton, Wisconsin. Curtis Carey trains, Will Roland drives. 12 outings, 6 wins, 3 seconds. Last raced Humboldt, picked up a win. That is your field of 5. 2-year-old pacing fillies for the Cliff Card Memorial.
And all the horses and drivers, I suppose, too, are all out. I guess the horses don't come out alone, so we can't forget the drivers as well. But all the horses and drivers for race number 4 are on the racetrack. Allison McGregor is picking Hunky Dory this time. Live.
And we do want to thank Johnny McKee, Macomb, Illinois, tuned in on a live stream, and they've actually kind of a unique story over there in Macomb. He is a bar owner and also serves food, and they actually been putting up Iowa harness racing over there and have quite a few clients that come in and have a drink or grab a sandwich and watch harness racing.
Yeah, they are one of our major sponsors with our TSSR Game Time Live that we also do on this same YouTube channel. And they started playing the races, and people started coming in every Sunday and watching the races. So you can go in there any night of the week and see the Iowa harness racing live on the big screens at the Sports Corner at 124, so that's always awesome to see. Every time I go in there, it's playing.
All right, we're going to take a kind of little look here. Hunky Dory, this is a filly right here. Is Special Forces, is a dual eligible Iowa and Minnesota, raised by the Van Otterloo Stables. Been out 14 times, 5 wins, 5 seconds. Is actually spent some time up in Minnesota, also raced here in Iowa. 19,272, 202 at Watch here. The other one in here, Roland and Rita, 11 outings, 9 wins, 1 second. American Ideal, a very well-bred filly right here, owned by Roger Rowland. Dwayne Rowland trains and drives, so only been out of the winner's circle twice in 11 starts, so 9 wins, 1 second. And Waterloo Lucy, half 50%, 12 starts, 6 wins, 3 seconds. And then also Sabrina Song, 13 outings with 2 wins, 4 seconds and 2/3. And so over this, 13 outings, 3 wins, 5 seconds and 4/3. So you take a look, a caliber of 2-year-old pacing fillies. I say it's anyone's game, but the 4-horse kind of sticks out 11 times with 9 wins.
Yeah, you can win twice and you're at the bottom of the win list. That says something about, in fact, you can win 2 or 3 times and not be in the top third or top half. So it's a lot of good horses in this group, and I think that Roland and Rita probably the favorite, but I think that there's 3 or 4 or 5 horses that can knock that, be at the top at the end of the race.
You know, sometimes these horses don't get a race amongst each other because we do have a couple different divisions, so they never have to go head-to-head, and especially with some ownerships. If you have ownerships, it actually splits because of that. Sometimes if you have 2 fillies and the ownership's the same, they never have to race against each other. If they're good enough, you can put them in the championship, then they actually have to race against each other.
So Hunky Dory's getting some love on the live chat right now.
Okay.
Hunky Dory. Kim is watching. She's saying Dory as well. And so a couple votes for Hunky Dory. So maybe that's the wild card in the group here.
Yeah, you never know, and that's what we said. That's the reason why we race them, and we're getting ready to go right here with our post parade for race number 4. Makes its way down in front of the grandstand. Horse number 1, Hunky Dory, with Brandon Jensen in the bike. Number 2, Sabrina Song with Adam Hauser. Horse number 3, So Over This with Mark Minton. Number 4, Roland and Rita with Dwayne Rowland. And the 5, Waterloo Lucy with Will Rowland. So 5 horses, 2-year-old pacing fillies as we get set to go for the Cliff Card Memorial.
Waterloo Lucy not getting a lot of love, but she's got a driver that's had a lot of success already today.
I'll tell you what, Will Rowland, he was hot. We'll see how this shakes out right here. Field of 5, your top 5 pacing fillies. Hunky Dory, Sabrina Song, So Over This, Roland and Rita, and Waterloo Lucy.
As they approach the gates, that means that we're getting ready to go with race number 4. That'll put us halfway through the championships at the end of this one, right?
You bet. And then we'll move into 3-year-olds. We'll go with the 3-year-old Trot for Colts, Fillies. Then we'll move into 3-year-old pacing Colts, 3-year-old pacing fillies. And then we'll move into aged Iowa horses after that. So anything that is 4 years of age and older. $18,000 on the line. Gate is rolling.
Percentages on the same on the breakdown, right?
45, 25, 15, 10, and 5. A lot of tracks go 50, 25, 12, 8, and 5. Most pari-mutuel tracks. So if you win, you get 50%. Here in Iowa, we kind of spread it out a little differently. 45 for the win, 25 per second, 15, 10, and 5%. All right, we'll work around the bar turn, make their way down the front stretch for the start of race number 4, the Cliff Card Memorial. 2-year-old pacing fillies picking up speed. And here we go a bit. Pace it. Getting out on top, it is the 4. Roland and Rita. Roland and Rita out on top. And Sabrina Song right there in second. Racing third is Waterloo Lucy. Racing in that 4th position is Hunky Dory. And in 5th is So Over This. All the 2 down the backside. It's Roland and Rita. Roland and Rita rolls right out on the front end. Taking them to the quarter pole. Out on top, it's Roland and Rita. Sabrina Song races second at the quarter pole. 28-1, quick opening fraction. 28-1 fifth. Out on top, showing the way. It is Roland and Rita. Sabrina Song in second. Racing in that 3rd position is Waterloo Lucy. Hunky Dory races 4th, and 5th is So Over This. As they make their way down, now moving and shaking. Tips out as they come to the half. It's Roland and Rita. Roland and Rita bringing them to the half. Waterloo Lucy to the outside. 59-1 fifth, 59-1. Little bit of a breather right there. Out on top, showing the way. It's Roland and Rita. Waterloo Lucy in second. Third, Sabrina Song. Hunky Dory now up to race for that 3rd position. Down the backside as they head to the 3/4 pole. Out on top, it's Roland and Rita. Roland and Rita. Waterloo Lucy. Sabrina Song. Hunky Dory. 130 and 1 fifth, 130 and 1. Out on top, showing the way. It is Roland and Rita. Roland and Rita starting to open it up. Hunky Dory up into second. Third, Waterloo Lucy. As they turn for home. Out on top, it is Roland and Rita. So Over This to the far outside. As they come to the wire, it is the 4. Roland and Rita. 2:01 and 1 fifth. 2:01 and 1. For Roland and Rita.
3 over at the stripe there. It's Roland and Rita the winner, but they were 3 over coming in a hurry down the stretch.
Yeah, quarter in 28 and 1 fifth. The half in 59 and 1. 3/4 in 130 and 1. The mile 2:01 and 1 fifth for Roland and Rita. Oh, this will be the Cliff Card Memorial. David Hauser making his way out. Of course, the familiar red and white for the Cliff Card Memorial. Roland and Rita.
Roger, you got to get up here where everybody can see you in the photo up there. All right, I'll see if we can sneak in here and talk to Dwayne for a second, maybe. Can you have a second? Okay, we'll just test Connie right here. A good win, a fast first quarter.
What was the first quarter?
28 and 1, I think.
Yeah, and we had a little more.
And
Yeah, and then she she really got tested today, going the quarter in 28, and then here they came at the half, and she held on, and everything was good. I was a little concerned, but she came through again.
Well, we'll let you get going. Congratulations, Dwayne.
Well, I
Roger
think
Rowland.
she's still feeling a little
Jared
good there, Dwayne. She got up on the rear hind. So Larry Mather, he's our winner. Larry. Well, Roland and Rita, owned by Roger Rowland, Grinnell, Iowa. Dwayne Rowland trains and drives. So that'll make 12 outings with 10 wins, 1 second. Official results for race 4. We did have a dead heat for second. Horse number 1, Hunky Dory, was second in a dead heat with the number 3. So over this, so both of them will be second in a dead heat. So what they'll do, they'll take second and third, add it together, and split it by 2. Number 2, Sabrina Song, was 5th. Horse number 4, Roland and Rita, was your winner, and Waterloo Lucy was 4th. So top down will be 2 DH, 5, 2 DH, 1, 4 on the bottom. Quarter in 28 and 1, a half 59 and 1, 3/4 130 and 1, the mile 201 and 1/5 for Roland and Rita. So Roland and Rita has a lifetime mark of 201 and 1/5 here this afternoon for the Cliff Card Memorial for your 2-year-old pacing fillies. So a dead heat for second. They actually photoed it out. Second and third, Hunky Dory. And so over this, they will take second and third place, add it together, and divide it by 2.
I'll go back to the live chat for a second here, Tony. And Ronald Burks said great job with calling the races and streaming the Iowa harness racing. Hats off to you and to us, I'm guessing, to some extent. But really, this has to do with the vision of you guys on the board, you and Royal Roland and the rest of the crew that have stepped up and said, hey, this is what we want to do. This is what we want to try to do. And I think it's something that will build as we continue to move forward, right?
Well, that's something that, we didn't have any way to get our live races out there, and we had worked with the folks over in Ohio and talked to them, and they kind of went a different route with their program and tried to stream all their county fairs and stuff as live as possible. They do theirs through Facebook Live, and we decided that we're going to use the YouTube channel, so you can go back, watch the races and all that, and use the YouTube link and stream all of our races live. Any of our stake races, anything that's going for $6,000 or more. Then we kind of flip back into nothing that is a stake race, just using Facebook at some of our local county fairs where there's just overnights for $1,000.
Well, one of the things that we will continue to improve on this and add is having some sponsors, I do believe, as we move forward. One of those is a local Purina dealer, right?
Yeah, Joel Edge, he's actually with us. He feeds a lot of champions, and Joel out of Webster City, Iowa. So if you're looking for a nutrition specialist, they feed a little bit of everything. Purina makes about anything and everything, and Joel Edge with us. I don't see Joel over there right now, but Joel, yeah, there he is. He feeds champions, Purina feed dealer, and he can actually give you a trial and also get you set up on a weekly, bi-weekly, monthly shipment. He'll be more than happy to get you fixed up, and we were glad to have Purina Joel Edge on board this summer.
And with that, as you're watching at home, we're going to play one of our first commercials that we've got to play on our broadcast. This is from Joel Edge and Purina.
How do we help horses thrive? We tackle problems using science. Plus, our love of horses keeps us working until we get it right. Even with our most established feeds, we keep innovating. Even when it takes years of research, there is always more to learn. Our PhDs are dedicated to the scientific method, but it can't capture the feeling of seeing a horse reach their full potential. It takes science and love, each pulling its weight, to help your horse live their best life.
All right, we'll move on to race number 5. This will be the Brad Ashby Memorial. Brad, an instrumental person in Iowa harness racing for many years, with your 3-year-old Iowa registered on the Trot Colt Championship. Horse number 1, Spectre Springer, owned by Fred Wagner, Wellman, Iowa. Adam Hauser trains and drives. 16 outings, 6 wins, 2 seconds, 2 thirds, $16,440. Last raced Humboldt was 3rd. Horse number 2, Fox River Luke, leased to Amos Hines, Frierson, Louisiana. Amos Hines trains, Brett Erickson drives. 16 outings with 6 wins, 4 thirds, $21,928. Humboldt was finished 5th at the Sire Stakes. Horse number 3, No Mo Fashion, owned by Set the Pace Racing, LLC, Cashago City, Minnesota. Joel McDaniel trains, also as part owner. And Mark Minton, 13 outings, 5 wins, 6 seconds, 1 third, $20,761. Battle King, the number 4 horse, owned, trained, and driven by Gary Lyles. 13 outings, 4 wins, 6 seconds, 3 thirds, $21,407. Last race in Humboldt picked up a win at the Sire Stakes. And the 5, Prince of the Field, owned by Carol Paris, Bloomfield, Iowa. Tyson Paris, Tumwell, Iowa. Norman Nestle, Stevensville, Montana. Adam Hauser trains, Chad Swinsing drives. 19 outings, 4 wins, 6 seconds, 2 thirds. The last race here at the Sire Stakes was 2nd at $23,997. That is your field of 5 for your 3-year-old Iowa registered on the Trot Colt and Gelding Championship for the Brad Ashby Memorial. And we do want to thank Robbie Anderson. I know he's tuned in out there on the YouTube link out of Bennett, Colorado. Rob Anderson on the bugle as we get set to go with race number 5. This is the Brad Ashby Memorial field of 5. And I'll tell you what, so our Sire Stakes, as you look down through here, Spectre Springer, Fox River Luke, Battle King, and Prince of the Field all raced last Sunday. Battle King picking up the win, 205. Prince of the Field was 2nd. Spectre Springer was 3rd. Fox River Luke was 5th. No Mo Fashion was the only one. He is a Crescent Fashion, which is an Indiana sire, and was the only one that wasn't in here. And he is in here today. And you take a look down through here, he is actually the top point getter, and will probably most likely how things shake out here will be the champion. And No Mo Fashion, 13 outings, 5 wins, 6 seconds, 1 third, and 203 and 1/5 here at Humboldt. So that would be your favorite if you take a look down through here. But all these horses, 6 wins, 6 wins, 5 wins, 4 wins, 4 wins, all have the capability to win.
Yeah, and even Group and No Mo Fashion is the favorite on YouTube as well.
Yeah, so No Mo Fashion coming out of that 3-hole. And like we talked, Dwayne, that 3-hole is kind of a little easier on you if you can get right out of there, right through the middle of the track. 5-hole, Prince of the Field way out to the far outside. Spectre Springer, a little tight getting down here in turn 1. So here we go with race 5. Horse number 1, Spectre Springer with Adam Hauser. Horse number 2, Fox River Luke with Brett Erickson. Horse number 3, No Mo Fashion with Mark Minton. The 4, Battle King with Gary Lyles. And the 5, Prince of the Field with Chad Swinson. Field of 5. 3-year-old Trotting Colts and Geldings. Brad Ashby Memorial. Brad Hill out of Maquoketa.
Now, is there any gamesmanship with you see the 4 as we're going to the gate here, 4 of them pretty much side by side, let one get out ahead a little bit. Is there any gamesmanship involved in that, or is it just what your horse wants to do?
I think they just kind of basically relax them a little bit before they actually get up on the gate. Just take their time getting to the starting gate. If you got one that's pulling and tugging, somebody's got their hands full. Sometimes those guys say, let him go to the gate, let him get there in a hurry. Maybe something will work against him. But, about everybody kind of gets there. They kind of relax. You're headed to the quarter pole over there where the starting gate is set up, and I don't think it's a lot of strategy, everybody, but when you go to some of the bigger tracks, if you're not up in post position, sometimes the judge will actually fine those folks for not holding position or getting up on the gate, because that's in the betting public. You know, here we do the pick 10. You want all your drivers and horses to be up on the gate, but when you actually have public wagering at the pari-mutuel tracks, that's where they want those horses to all have an equal advantage on the gate, not hanging back. And sometimes the judges have to use their power, is what we call it.
Yeah, you not only the horse needs the fair advantage, but the bettor needs the fair advantage as well, correct? So you got to stay up there. There's more than one thing involved in some of these things as you move up into the betting parquet, so to speak.
All right, field of 5, 3-year-old Trotting Colts and Geldings. As they round the far turn, the gate swings into the head of the stretch for the start of race number 5. Brad Ashby Memorial picking up speed. And here we go, off and Trotting. Getting out on top, No Mo Fashion. And Battle King right there in second. And third, Spectre Springer. Racing fourth is Fox River Luke. And in fifth is Prince of the Field. Off stride, Spectre Springer. Racing second. Off stride. In third is Fox River Luke. Down the backside, it's No Mo Fashion. No Mo Fashion out on top, showing the way. Racing second is Battle Keg. As they head to the quarter pole, out on top, showing the way, it's No Mo Fashion. 31 and 2 fists, 31 and 2. A quick opening tempo right there. 31 and 2 fists. Out on top, showing the way. It is No Mo Fashion. Racing second is Battle Keg. Prince of the Field races third. In fourth, Spectre Springer. In fifth is Fox River Luke. As they make their way down to complete the first half of the mile, it's No Mo Fashion. No Mo Fashion, the Crescent Fashion out on top, showing the way. As they come to the half, it's No Mo Fashion. Battle King in second. Prince of the Field in third. 103 and 2 fists, so squeaking out a 32 second split out on the point, showing the way. It is No Mo Fashion. Battle King races second. Prince of the Field in third. In fourth, Spectre Springer. In fifth, Fox River Luke. Down the backside for the final time as they head to the three-quarter pole. It's still No Mo Fashion. No Mo Fashion going to take them to the three-quarter pole. At the three quarters. 134, out on top, showing the way. It is No Mo Fashion. Racing second is Battle King. Prince of the Field races third. Spectre Springer off stride. As they round the far turn. Turn for home. It is No Mo Fashion. Fox River Luke and Prince of the Field. As they come to the wire, you've got a 3 over. As they come to the wire, it's No Mo Fashion. No Mo Fashion. Photo for the win. Look like No Mo Fashion, Battle King, Prince of the Field. You're right there. 3 of your top Colts right there putting on a performance. How about it for No Mo Fashion, Battle King, and Prince of the Field? 2:03 and 3 fists. 2:03 and 3 for the mile. And they'll photo it out. Look like the number 3 horse, No Mo Fashion, Battle King, and Prince of the Field, your top 3. And Brad Ashby. Brad, an avid, long-time horseman. 2:03 and 3 fists for your 3-year-old trotters. Okay, it will be No Mo Fashion for the win, 2:03 and 3 fists for the Brad Ashby Memorial.
Hey guys, you scoot down that way for me?
Out of Pomeroy, Linda. Is it quarter? Linda, you're a winner. Don't let them tell you anything different. You're a winner. That's your mom. Okay. All right. Brad Ashby Memorial, no mo fashion. Set the Pace Racing, Joel McDonnell, owned, trained by Joel McDonnell, Mark Minton doing the driving. So no mo fashion, 203 and 3/5. Has a lifetime mark of 203 and 1/5. Official results for race number 5. Spectre Springer was 4th.
All right.
Horse number 2. Go ahead.
Mark, we're going to slide in here real quick. You were led from start to finish. They were coming at the end, though.
Yeah, this colt's got to the point where he'll just sit and sit and sit, and then when they come, he's got just enough. He measures it.
I'll tell you what, it makes a great day when you can win the final race for any horse throughout the year. These championship races are big. This will probably wrap up a championship for the year, too, it sounded like.
Yeah, he should have. He sealed it up 2 weeks ago, but today to get Joel that Brad Ashby blanket, that's a big deal.
These blankets have names on them, and they mean something. These people that are on these memorial races mean something to almost everybody here today, don't they?
Yeah. Yep.
All right, Mark Minton, your winner.
And the Ashby family with us, Lori Ashby. Good to see Lori. And dedication to Brad, avid horseman for many years, as we honor Brad Ashby. Official results for race 5. Horse number 1, Spectre Springer, was 4th. Horse number 2, Fox River Luke, was 5th. Horse number 3, No Mo Fashion, your winner. Horse number 4, Battle King, was 2nd. And horse number 5, Prince of the Field, was 3rd. Top down, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3 on the bottom. Quarter and 31 and 2. The half and 103 and 2. 3/4 and 134. The mile 203 and 3/5 for No Mo Fashion. What can you say right there? You had 3 colts, 3 over, coming to the wire, Dwayne, and No Mo Fashion, gate to wire, getting off of there. I said that 3-hole is where you want to be today. And you see, you go look back through your program, see where that 3-hole is, because when it's kind of a disadvantage. You know, a lot of people don't understand it, but when you're standing down there on the draw gate, you watch those horses. If you're in a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 at some of the pari-mutuel tracks, you are having to cook out of there if you want to try to cut the mile.
Well, if anybody's been in marching band, right? Same concept. If you're the person on the inside, you take tiny little steps to go around. If you're the person on the outside of the line, you're running to try to keep up and stay in step, right? That's the same kind of concept. And if you watch on YouTube, when Johnny's filming them as they come behind the gate, you can see how much faster the horse on the outside has to go, and the inside's almost holding, and the outside's going.
You bet. So always interesting, and we'll get ready to move on to the 6th. After the 6th race, attention in the barn area. Anybody that participated in the groom's race last Sunday, we have a special presentation. We're going to take a 10-minute break and let the fans go grab a bite to eat, support the concession stand, and we're going to honor with a little token of appreciation for those folks that actually participated. Those are kind of the people behind the scenes that sling the harness, bathe the horses, get those things going. Groom's race, we're going to honor them who participated last Sunday with a little token of appreciation.
Yeah, those people, we've said it numerous times today, but those people are some of the most important people here on the grounds each and every week, and they're the least heralded most days. So a little chance to have them come out. One of the cool things as we get ready to move to race 6, though, is how emotional people have been after every one of these races, right? Every race is a memorial for somebody that people know here, and everyone that's won has felt some emotion because of that, right? Because of who the race was named after.
Yeah, it is. And, you know, every once in a while, like Jay DeLong said, you kind of get emotional, season winding down.
Yeah, you're getting emotional just thinking about it, right? I mean, that's the way this goes. You know, you put so much heart and soul into something, and you have so many friends, and you compete on a racetrack every day or every weekend or whatever it ends up being in a county fair, but you are friends. And just like the car racing family, this is one big family. Everybody knows everybody, and ultimately, if something was to happen, they'd be right there for them. And that's what this is all about, and that's the reason why there is so much emotion here on Championship Day.
That is for sure. And race 6 will be the Don Kronk Memorial. Field of 5, 3-year-old Trotting Fillies. Field of 5. One change, number 5, DP Cantab's Girl. We'll put Will Rowland in the bike. Horse number 1, Faithful Filly, owned by Rick and C.D. Huffman, Sigourney, Iowa. Rick Huffman trains, Chad Swenson drives. 12 outings, 1 win, 1 second, and 4 thirds. Last race at Humboldt was 4th. Horse number 2, Secretive Kate, owned by John Sainer, Batavia, Iowa. Jason Telfer, Selma, Iowa. John Sainer trains. Heidi Sainer getting the drive. 13 outings, 6 wins, 3 seconds, 2 thirds. Last race, Humboldt picked up a win, won its last 2 starts. Horse number 3, Merle, owned by Fred Wagner, Wellman, Iowa. Trained and driven by Adam Hauser. 18 outings, 9 wins, 3 seconds. Has won its last 5 starts and has a lifetime mark, 202, here at Humboldt. Horse number 4, Flying Cow Chips, owned by Brandon Jensen, Odison, Iowa. Brandon Jensen trains. Mark Minton drives. 13 outings, 2 wins, 6 seconds, 2 thirds. Last race to Humboldt was 2nd. And the 5, DP Cantab's Girl, owned by Thomas and Kathleen Shipley, Cahokia, Missouri. Royal Rolling, Grinnell, Iowa. Tom Shipley trains. Will Rowland drives. 12 outings, 6 wins, 4 seconds, 1 third. Last race at Humboldt was 2nd. So you take a look at this field right here, Dwayne. And in this field, Secretive Kate and Merle, along with Flying Cow Chips, all in the sire stakes. DP Cantab's Girl, not Iowa sire. She's a Mr. Cantab, which is an Indiana sire. And Faithful Filly also in there. You look at the times, 204, 204, 205. So you kind of break it down. Merle and Flying Cow Chips was in the same division. Secretive Kate was in another division last week in the sire stakes. So 205 and 4 with a win. Secretive Kate won its last 2. Merle last 5, 204 and 3 with a lifetime mark of 2-2. And then Flying Cow Chips was 2nd by a nose to Merle, 204 and 3/5. So very, very well classified. When you get your top 5 right there, you've got a really good field of 2-year-old or 3-year-old trotting fillies right there.
Yeah, the times are very similar, right? So they're going to probably run in a pack, and they'll finish in a pack. Now, that doesn't mean they are side by side the entire time, right? One wants to get out maybe and try to hold the lead. The other will want to play catch up. All the horses kind of have their own likeness, right? And the drivers go into races with ideas of what they want to do. But we'll see what happens here. But at the finish line, if you look at the times on these horses, when it gets to the end of the mile, they're all going to be right there in a group.
Exactly. And, our last winner was Linda Coulter. They say that Larry Mather, he's in the running for the 1,500. He's still alive in the pick 10. Does he have the remainder of the winners? So he's perfect. We'll split it for $750. We'll split it for $750. Okay, so it has been paid out 3 times.
Can I just stop
now?
Can we
just stop now? I'll take the $750 for getting halfway there.
I feel like I'm. Yeah,
deal or no deal.
That's what I was getting ready to say. I feel like I'm watching no deal or no deal. Do I take the risk or do I take the money?
Exactly. Do you take with the lucky number? What's it going to be? So,
what case do you want next? So, who did you pick in this one? No answer. Going to be a good one at any rate. We'll see where we're at. Merle is getting the love right now on YouTube.
And we want to thank one of our board members, Mike Telfer, Hedrick, Iowa, on the bugle for the call of the 6th. Thank you, Mike. And a reminder, in the barn area, anybody that participated in the grooms race last Sunday, we'll need you down to the grandstand after the 6th race for our 10-minute break. We have got a token of appreciation.
Merle Gingrich and George Hugh both say Merle on YouTube.
Okay. So I have to say, there's 3 here. I'm not going to tell you who I pick just because I'm the announcer. I know there's a lot of track announcers out there. They kind of do what's called the track man, their selections and stuff. But if I was going to go with a trifecta, if I was going to pick 3 horses.
Now, trifecta means you have them in order.
But I'm going to box it.
You're going to box it.
I'm going to put a box around it,
okay?
So
I just wanted to clarify this.
We got to make sure we put a box. So I'm going to go with a 2, 3, 4 trifecta box, okay? So
2, 3, and 4. So that's right out of the middle.
2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, right through the middle. 2, 3, 4, and we'll box it so they can finish any way that they want. And we're going to take home
nothing.
Exactly. Oh, that's what it's all about, Dwayne. Like you said, it's all family. You know, when they're on the track, the gloves are on. When you're off the track, the gloves are off. Horse number 1, Faithful Filly with Chad Swinson. Horse number 2, Secretive Kate with Heidi Sainer. Horse number 3, Merle with Adam Hauser. Horse number 4, Flying Cow Chips with Mark Minton. And the 5, DP Cantez Girl with Will Rowland. How about a pick 5? So you take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you put a box on it.
Hey, I can do that.
we go.
I would win in that one.
Flying Cow Chips, Mark Minton on the 4. DP Cantez Girl, Will Roll It. Our friend Chad LaRue out of Ottumwa, Iowa, he come up, watch the races. He's going to head south. I do want to thank him for his friendship and also safe travels. So Chad LaRue headed out. And starter Lisa Peters set up over at the quarter pole. And this is the Don Kronk Memorial for 3-year-old Trotting Fillies. That gate is rolling. Faithful Billy, Secretive Kate, Merle, Flying Cow Chips, and DP Cantez Girl.
As we've mentioned several times, if you're watching on YouTube at home, watch that outside horse in comparison to the inside horse. You'll see how much faster the outside is moving.
As around the far turn. Gate swings into the head of the stretch. 3-year-old. Trotting Fillies. Picking up speed. And here we go off and Trotting. Through the middle, it's Merle. Down to the inside, Faithful Filly. Secretive Kate and a Flying Cow Chip. And this Merle, Flying Cow Chips, flying up into second. Racing third, Faithful Filly in fourth, Secretive Kate. In fifth, DP Cantez Girl. Up a 2 down the backside. It's Merle. Flying Cow Chips races second. They went head-to-head last week. As they head to the quarter pole, it's Merle out on top, racing second. It's Flying Cow Chips. In third, Faithful Filly. 30 and 4 fifths, 30 and 4. Out on top, showing the way. It's Merle racing second. Now on the move up to take over fourth, third, second. And now going to go after your race leader is DP Cantez Girl. Still parked to the outside. As they round the far turn. Make their way down, complete the first half of the mile. It's Merle and DP Cantez Girl. As they come to the half. It's Merle, DP Cantez Girl, still parked, trying to duck in that 2 position. Nope, not going to happen. Still parked. 102 and 3 fifths, 102 and 3. Out on top, Merle. Battle for second, off stride is Faithful Filly. Off a 2 down the backside. Still parked, having to go a long mile. DP Cantez Girl. Merle, your race leader, still parked to the outside. is DP Cantab's Girl as they go to the three-quarter pole. You got a pack of horses right there. 132 and 4 Vis, 132 and 4. It's Merle out on the front. DP Cantab's Girl and Flying Cow Chips off straight as they round the far turn. Secretive Kate to the far outside. DP Cantab's Girl and Secretive Kate to the far outside as they come to the wire. It is Merle, DP Cantab's Girl, Secretive Kate, Faithful Filly, Flying Cow Chip.
That was everything we said it was going to be and more. They were in a pack the entire time. What a race in race number 6.
203 and 2 Vis, 203 and 2 for the mile. What a mile for DP Cantab's Girl, parked to the outside. Half of a mile.
Probably a mile and an eighth for DP Cantab's Girl.
Yeah, it was a long mile. Was looking to maybe try to drop in that 2 position right here at the wire, and the whole field, and was not able to get in there. So, that's racing. That's those drivers' strategy. And they were all right there. I'll tell you what, that's probably that between the 3-year-old trotting colts, they were 3 over at the finish, and your 3-year-old trotting fillies, they were 3 over. What a mile.
Yeah, if you watched at the end, about at the end of the grandstands on the front stretch, you saw it was Will, I believe, driving DP Cantab, right? You saw Will turn his head, look to the inside because he wanted to fill that hole, just like you said, but there was somebody there.
Yeah, exactly. So 203 and 2 Vis for the mile. Into the winner's circle. Be the 3, Merle, owned by Fred Wagner, Wellman, Iowa, trained and driven by Adam Hauser. That will make 19 starts, 10 wins, 3 seconds. The Don Kronk Memorial. And Kronk family with us here. This is in memory of Don Kronk. Yeah, Merle, a Major Athens filly out of a Donerail mare breeder, Ura Gingrich, Ohio. Adam Hauser, the winning trainer and driver for Merle. Darren Hendricks, Rutland. Darren Hendricks, Rutland, you're the winner. Oh, Merle, 19 starts, 10 wins, 3 seconds, 203 and 2 Vis. I'm going to get in there and get a word with Fred Wagner, the owner of Merle.
Well, Fred, Merle has been running good of late for sure, and another win for you today on Championship Day.
We are so fortunate to have her. And my daughter down in Florida is probably the most honored to be watching. And these guys all surprised me by coming. And I had one other good horse by the name of DP Rocket, but I believe this one is a little better. And I don't know if I'll never have another one.
Well, you get your favorite horses as they go along, right? Merle's going to end up being one of those favorites through all of them you've had their whole life, right?
For sure. And Adam and his wife, Kara, they have just done everything for her. We put a shadow roll on her, That was a suggestion from my old thoroughbred days. And he put a different bridle, too. And then she's just won every time since.
So it's all about the bridle.
I guess.
All right, Fred, congratulations on a big win.
Thank you so much. And Marcy, if you're watching, we love you.
All right, there we go. Big win for Murley. And who would have known it's all about the bridle, Tony?
Well, yeah, I'll tell you what, sometimes an equipment change is huge. But once again, in the barn area, we need you down to the announcer stand in front of the grandstand. We got a token of appreciation for your efforts last Sunday. Ryan Sherman, Mike Telper, Tyson Paris, Colton Hauser, Dylan Sainer, Dylan Telper. Right. Miley's going to crack me for that one. Katie Larson, Taylor Sandy, come down here to the grandstand. Once again, I need Tyson Paris to the grandstand. Tyson Paris to the grandstand. They got a truck. They'll pick you up. Golf cart broke down. We got a 10-minute break here. Stop down, visit the concession stand. Of course, it's my son that's late. Must not have been listening. I know there's a lot of people in life, Dwayne, that don't listen to me.
Well, I was going to say, you're probably the one person he doesn't listen to. You were talking, so he's just learned through the years to tone you out.
Oh, we do have a pretty good relationship. Travel a lot of miles together, and they're going to get him down to the winner's circle. But we're going to have a special presentation down here. Our track photographer, Kim Larson, on behalf of the Iowa Harness Horsemen's Association. These are the folks. Some of them are owners. Some of them are trainers. Some of them are grooms. They sling the harness. They wash the horses. They get the horses taken care of. They clean the stalls. And our first one will be Katie Larson. It's a Mark's World. Katie, come over. And a token of our appreciation. And you get to go over on compliments of Iowa Harness Racing. You can pick out anything over there that Dana's got that's in your size. And we thank you for what you do behind the scenes. I know you got a husband that owns racehorses. You own horses. It's kind of a family affair, right?
Yes, that is correct. A whole family affair.
You bet. Congratulations to you. Did you have fun?
Yes, lots of fun.
Lots of fun. I know you jog a lot of horses, but get over there, pick out whatever you want from Dana. It's on Iowa Harness Racing. So our next person in our groom's race, Colton Hauser with Natacam. Colton, I'll tell you what, you look good in your brand new colors, the black and gold, the Kerry tradition. And tell us a little bit, is it something that you've always dreamed of? Growing up in a family, you got a father that actually races. Your mother, they own horses. Just something, the Kerry family.
Definitely a family affair. I got it on both sides of my family, so destined to happen.
Well, you know, I was telling you, you kind of set just perfect in the bike, and as you see right there, that picture. But you can go over and pick out anything that you want, compliments of Iowa Harness Racing. We do appreciate what you do behind the scenes, on the track, warming up horses, and you had a great opportunity. And I think this filly, you kind of like her, don't you?
Oh, yeah, she's my good old mare.
You bet. Colton Hauser, how about it? Give him a round of applause. All right, Taylor Sandy, Mark 1027. Taylor, she got injured. Good thing it wasn't last week, Taylor. You know, we had a lot of fun with you last year. We called you Tater Salad because there's a couple girls that put us up to it. But, Taylor, I know you're involved with the Jensen family. Of course, your significant other, you're starting your own family. It's just something that is in the blood, and I know you've been involved with horses for a long time, but slinging harness, washing horses, cleaning stalls, and then getting the opportunity to drive.
Yeah,
it's a great experience, and I don't know, I kind of was voluntold for this role and definitely took it by the horns and ran with it. So.
All right, so a token of our appreciation, also head over, pick out anything that you want over Compliments of Iowa Harness Racing. How about it, Taylor Sandy? Give him a round of applause. Tyson Paris, he's my son. Drove Glory and Honor. Does a lot behind the scenes. I get emotional because I know it's his passion. He loves it. We have some special horses. I know yesterday we were thinking about selling one. He says, nope, we're going to keep her as a broodmare. So he made the decision. That's something that we're going to do. But I love you to death, kid. Hopefully you had fun. What? I know Aunt Carol's one of those persons that kind of got us involved and kind of been hooked.
Yeah, Gary Phillips really got me into this and helped me jog horses. And Royal gave me the best opportunity with this horse, and he told me to do what I need to do, and told me certain things in the corner, and I did everything what he told me. And I went back there and asked him. He says, you drove her perfect, and I think she has a great opportunity to have a win today.
Well, congratulations to you. Go over, pick out something over there. Compliments. Tyson Paris. All right, Dylan Telver, Mike, or Jason, come on over here. I know Dylan not with us today, but he gets an opportunity to drive Ruby Rose, kind of a age pacer that's been a trademark, warming up right there. Heidi's got it, kind of trying to keep it in the family, and I know sometimes he doesn't really care for the horses, but it was nice to see him out there driving Ruby Rose.
Yeah, I just can't get him interested in horses. I don't know why, but it's in the family, and we're going to keep it in the family. Got Mike interested, so we're just going to keep it in the family for now, and Dylan helps out while we can in the barn. Hay, jogs horses when I'm not around. He did a great job with Secret of Kate this year for me, so I'm just glad.
You bet. I always seen him down there at the fairgrounds jogging Secretive Kate. So go over, pick out something for him. Dylan Telver, his dad, Jason Telver. All right, Mike Telver. He drove JoJo Goins by Mike. Mike's an owner. He owns My Kind of Chrome, something that's been in the family. I watched your parents for many years, train horses at the Wapello County Regional Fairgrounds, carrying on the tradition.
Yeah, we appreciate it. I know the last race is Don Kronk Memorial. That was my grandpa, my brother's grandpa. We appreciate the fact that the Horseman Association decided to honor a race in his name. And I appreciate Kathy Raymond giving me the opportunity to drive JoJo. She said that he pulled a little bit, but I absolutely loved him. I appreciate it.
You bet. How about it, race fans? One of our owners, Mike Telver. And then we have Ryan Sherman. I'll tell you what. If everybody has, Ryan, congratulations to you. I'll tell you what, you got the opportunity to drive Midnight Zen, and it's something that you bought your first yearling. I know you've been involved with horses for many years, but what can you say? Buying something at Kelowna, Iowa, going on to be a champion, win a lot of races, make some money, and hopefully your success is going to be just as strong next year, but hopefully you don't get your hopes up too high, because that's horse racing.
Yeah, I guess I don't know what to say. It was very exciting for me, and I'm definitely hooked, and hopefully I continue to have some success next year. And with being around horses for so long, I know you can't expect the best out of everybody. So.
Well, you can't, like we said, you can't put the desire and the determination in a horse. That's training and trying to get them prepared, but they still have to want to do it. Any future, you drove in the grooms race, any future of maybe seeing Ryan Sherman out here driving, taking the test and becoming a driver?
That's the plan, but we'll see how it goes.
All right. How about our race fans? One of our new owners, Ryan Sherman, the owner of She Pirate. Also, give Kim Larson a big round of applause. She took all the pictures, printed them up. Go over and pick, Ryan, go pick you something else up from Iowa Harness Racing. Hat, shirt, compliments. Go over there. See Dana. He'll get you fixed up. And Clayton Miller. Clayton not with us today. Fred Wagner. He got his yesterday. He was not able to be here. He got his yesterday, was not able to be with us this afternoon. So Clayton Miller actually drove in the grooms race. He drove 2 grooms races, and Clayton Miller got his photo yesterday because he let us know that he wasn't going to be here on Championship Sunday. So do want to thank all of our grooms. Give these youngsters, also these women and men, a big round of applause. They're the people behind the scenes.
And we're back here. If you're watching on YouTube, another Purina spot that we played. Want to thank Joel Edge and Purina for coming on board for the broadcasts here. And I'm going to let Tony have a break. I haven't seen Tony so choked up in my life, but a couple times here today. It's a very emotional day here in Humboldt. Richard C., who has been with us the entire time on our live chat, said that without these workers, there's no show, and he's absolutely right. And you can tell from the owners and the families that are involved, that's the way this works. George Hugh, they'll be starting in just a few minutes. We took that 10-minute break to award some special presentations to the grooms, and we're going to get everybody back, and we'll be getting going here in just a few minutes. If you're watching on YouTube Live and want to know what's going on, we'll get ready with race number 7. Is that right? Race number 7 is coming up in just a couple minutes. They've been working on the track, putting some water down, dragging it, making it faster and faster throughout the day. So you can see from our channel that we do have a few horses out warming up. We do have Aged Iowa yet to come. We have 3 races in Aged Iowa, 2 paces and a trot, if my memory serves me correctly. Am I right there? Two paces and a trot for 9, 10, and 11 in the Aged Iowa division. So it should be a lot of fun in those races. Those are always extremely fast races, so we'll be excited to see what's happening with the Aged Iowa. We have 2 more. Is it right? 2 more? 2 more 7 and 8 championship races yet to come in the 3-year-olds, both paces the rest of the way. We have the Colts and Gelding pace, which will be race number 7, and the Fillies will race in race number 8. Before we get on to race number 7, though, we will let you know what the rundown was on race number 6. Tony is tracking that down as we speak. Once again, if you're watching at home or if you're here in the grandstands, go to the Iowa Harness Racing page on Facebook and share the link. Let everybody know they can watch these last 2 races, and they can go back and watch the first 6 as well here on the Hewlett Public Pro LLC YouTube channel. All the races from throughout the year have been available. They're still available. If you want to go back and watch any of those, you can do that. And Tony found his way back down. Official results for race number 6.
We do. Number 1 horse, Faithful Filly, was 4th. Horse number 2, Secretive Kate, was 3rd. Horse number 3, Merle, your winner. Horse number 4, Flying Cow Chips, 5. And horse number 5, DP Cantab's Girl, 2nd. Top down, 4, 3, 1, 5, 2 on the bottom. Quarter and 30 and 4. The half and 102 and 3. 3/4 and 132 and 4. The mile 203 and 2 pass for Merle.
Fred Wagner, the owner of Merle, correct, and talked to him a few minutes ago. He's up in the grandstands watching and came down here, and we talk about how emotional this has been with the memorials and having family involved, and Fred emotional about the horses too, right? There's a lot of emotion tied to each one of these horses, and sometimes you get your favorite, and it sounds like Merle is going to be one of Fred's favorites as they move along, and he's up there. He's got his program out. I can see him setting up there. He's going to see. What's your pick for race number 7, Fred? Five horse is your pick for race number 7. I don't have the list in front of me. Who is the 5 horse? Point Me High. Point Me High. The pick for Fred in race number 5 or 7, excuse me. He's spot number 5 as we get ready to go with race 7.
All right, race number 7. One horse multimillionaire owned by Brady Joe Jensen, Washington, Pennsylvania. Brandon Jensen trains. Chad Swinson drives. 13 outings, 1 win, 5 seconds and 4 thirds. Got beat by a neck here on the 25th of September in the Sire Stakes. Horse number 2, He's Special, owned by Stephen A. Huffman Jr., Leinster, Minnesota. Justin Gould trains. Mark Minton drives. 14 outings, 6 wins, and 4 seconds. Had won 5 in a row last week. Ended up having actually back on the 18th of September, had some trouble left course and was disqualified. Had won 5 in a row for He's Special. Horse number 3, Hangman McGee, owned by Terry T. Latin, Marshall, Texas. Amos Hines trains. Brett Erickson drives. 15 outings, 7 wins, 4 seconds, 2 thirds. Last raced at Humboldt was 6th. And the number 4 horse, Lucky to Be Sweet, Jay DeLong, Clinton, Wisconsin. Benjamin DeLong, Beloit, Wisconsin. Thomas Jeff Carey, Columbus Junction. Curtis Carey trains. Will Rowland drives. 12 outings, 2 wins, 5 seconds, 3 thirds. Last race at Humboldt was 3rd. And horse number 5, Point Me High, owned by Brian Ampleson, Kenya, Minnesota. Jay DeLong, Clinton, Wisconsin. Trained by Curtis Carey, driven by Adam Hauser. 17 outings, 4 wins, 2 seconds and 3 thirds. Last race at Humboldt, picked up a win in 2 minutes. So that is your field of 5. And you look down through here, Dwayne. You got Multimillionaire with a win. He's Special. Had won 5 in a row. Hangman McGee with 7 wins in 15 starts. Lucky to Be Sweet, 12 outings with 2 wins. And Point Me High, 17 starts with 4 wins. So that is your field of 5 for the Don Shealy Memorial for 3-year-old pacing colts.
I think Fred Wagner wants to pull his ticket. Is that what I heard? Fred? Oh, Fred's on the phone, I think. I was told he might have had the wrong race pulled up on his sheets when he was picking. So when he gets off the phone, we'll have to ask him if he wants to pull the ticket and reinsert another one. Is that allowed in betting? Can you do that? I don't think you can do that.
I think you can go buy another ticket, but I don't think you can actually pull your ticket back. They won't refund you any money or anything. But Larry Mather actually has got the golden ticket right now. He's still alive at pick 10.
George Hughes says a shout out to John Hendricks, and that's somebody we'll see on a bike later this afternoon.
Yeah, actually, John going to drive his own horse coming up at Pacific time. So we're on race 7 on our 11 race card. On behalf of Iowa Harness Racing, we do want to thank the association taking care of our grooms from last Sunday, also getting them a little merchandise to sport that Iowa Harness Racing swag. So make sure you stop down, check out the selection. A lot of different colors, a lot of different logos down there. Hats, shirts, sweatshirts, zip-up sweatshirts, and long-sleeve T-shirts. Chrissy Benton, she's modeling that one right there. It's a long-sleeve pink, well, maybe pale pink. It's got the crossword on the back. A lot of different colors, so stop down. Also, a lot of people with some Iowa Harness Racing swag over there.
I had to go get me a new shirt.
Yeah, I seen you got yourself a green. Looked like you're going to the Army.
Well, they would not take me.
They wouldn't take you, huh, Dwayne?
Guaranteed you they would not take me, but they got some awesome stuff over there. I have a couple hats at home.
Hey, I'll tell you what, there's the hat you need, the hat of the day. Danny the Can Man, look at that hat he's got on.
You know what? I collect hats. I would wear a hat like that.
Boy, I'll tell you what, he's got the pink, is it pink sunglasses? He had the Elton John special edition sunglasses on yesterday, didn't you, Danny?
Hey, Johnny, can you get a picture of that hat?
Bring
Hey,
those
turn around
horses.
and look up at that camera.
Yeah, turn around, Johnny. Look at there, Danny the Can Man, Danny Williams, one of our regulars here. Look at that sharp looking hat he's got on today.
Well, you can't beat that hat right there.
Once again, bring those horses on for the 7th. Multi-millionaire, he's special. Hangman McGee, lucky to be sweet, point me high. And a reminder, stop down, pick up some popcorn, candy, sandwiches, and much more, just like you went to the movies. Iowa Harness Racing, where has the season went? It's went in a hurry, Dwayne. You're already in the month of October.
13 weeks in a row, hasn't it? Almost, it seems like. And it's just flown by, and it's been awesome to be a part of it. Hopefully everybody at home is enjoying the racing today. It's been great races, but this is what it leads up to, right? All season long, these races today, when you put the top 5 in each category together, you expect to have great races, and we've had some outstanding finishes to this point.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, when you're 3 over coming to the finish and you got the photo finish equipment upstairs that you got to make sure that you get it right. We even had a dead heat in that one race where the second and third place horse were second with a dead heat. So what they do there is they take second money and third money, add it together and divide it by 2. So they get a little piece of the pie for both of them. So 25 and 15% of that 18,000 added together and then divided equally on that dead heat. So
it affects point. How's the points work? Do they split the points too?
No, they actually still get the 6 points for being second. So we don't dock them for the point structure. So 10 for a win, 6, 4, 3, 2, and then 0.
So they don't both get 5 points. They both get 6 points.
They both get 6, correct. A lot of our championships had already been decided when they come in here, and you can look at those on our IowaHarnessRacing.com website.
George Hugh is asking who Adam was riding. He's riding Point Me High out of the 5 slot in this race number 7.
Yeah, and Chad Swenson on the 1, the 2, Mark Minton, the 3, Brett Erickson, the 4, Will Rowland, and the 5, Adam Hauser. So that is your drivers for race 7. And race 7, the Don Shealy Memorial. Do want to thank the Shealy family on the bugle call for race 7. So do want to thank the Don Shealy family as we get set to go with race 7. Multimillionaire, he's special. Hangman McGee, lucky to be sweet, and Point Me High.
We've talked about money a lot today. Biggest winner so far, Hangman McGee. In 2022, $27,152 earned to this point this season.
Yeah, $38,686 lifetime. As you take a gander down through there, and $41,582. Lucky to be sweet. Made a lot of money as a 2-year-old. $24,894 and $16,688. $41,000 for He's Special. $24,416 in 2022. $16,853 as a 2-year-old. And then also Multimillionaire didn't race much as a 2-year-old, only had 5 lifetime starts, and then has 13 with 1 win, 5 seconds, 4 thirds, banked $14,022. And we'll have to see how this shakes out for race 7 for the Don Shealy Memorial. Horseman, parade your horses for race number 7.
He's special at what cheer? Am I seeing that right? A 158 and 3? A 158 and 3. That is fast.
That is very fast for a half mile. And it just kept getting better and better. And then last time actually was out, ended up losing course. It was inside on the pylons, finished 6th, but was disqualified due to leaving the course. So, just like car racing, they do that every once in a while. They get that what's called a black flag out. Is that right, Dwayne?
I don't know what you're talking about. I have never been black flagged in my life.
You haven't?
Never been black
But
flagged.
you probably given it out being a race director and a promoter, right?
Yeah. I actually got a 1:30 in the morning message the other day asking why I black flagged him. So yeah, I apparently have done that a time or two.
So he must have knew exactly who you was and how to get a hold of you, and you're probably sleeping really good.
I wasn't asleep yet. I was on my way home, but yes.
All right, post parade for the 7th. Don Shaley Memorial for 3-year-old pacing Colts and Gildings. Horse number 1, Multimillionaire with Chad Swinson. Horse number 2, He's Special with Mark Minton. Horse number 3, Hangman McGee with Brett Erickson. Horse number 4, Lucky to Be Sweet with Will Rowland. And the 5, Point Me High with Adam Hauser. Field of 5, Don Shealy Memorial, 3-year-old pacing Colts and Gildings.
A little slow pace here as they head to the gate over in turns 1 and 2. Everybody kind of almost came to a stop down there, getting comfortable in their seats and getting on the bike and ready to go here for race number 7 as we enter the quote-unquote second half of the day, right? Final 2 championships coming your way with this race and the one after.
Yeah, final 2 championship races in our divisions, and then we'll move into the Aged Iowa on the Trot and 2 Aged Iowa Paces to put a cap on the 2022 season as we get set to go with the Don Shealy Memorial for race number 7. Pretty equal field right here, and we'll see how things shake out. Taking a look, He's Special with 6 wins, Hangman McGee with 7 wins. Then there are 4 wins for Point Me High, Lucky to Be Sweet with 2, and Multimillionaire with 1.
Multimillionaire, the least wins, but also the least starts, right? The most inexperienced horse of the group, I
Correct.
think, as well.
As far as did not race much as a 2-year-old, but really showed some potential in turning it on as a 3-year-old. That starter, Lisa Peters, has called for a field of 5. All 5 on the gate. Multimillionaire, He's Special, Hangman McGee, Lucky to Be Sweet, and Point Me High.
So can we go sub 2 minutes?
I would think so, yeah. With the caliber of horses that are in here, you see a 158 mile, a 159 and 4, a 2-minute mile, 2-2. Track just getting reworked. We'll see if it holds up, and it's good to go for a sub 2-minute mile.
Track is as good as it's going to get right now, I would imagine. This is the chance to do it. Maybe a all-time best for one of these horses here today.
You bet. So 3-year-old pacing Colts and Gildings for the Don Shealy Memorial. Gate swings into the head of the stretch as we get set to go with race 7. Picking up speed. All looking good. And here we go up at Payson. And firing off, it's the 4, Lucky to Be Sweet. Lucky to Be Sweet getting out on top, showing the way. Racing second, you got 3 over. It's Point Me High to the far outside. Through the middle, He's Special. Down to the inside, it's Multimillionaire. Of a 2 down the backside. He's Special and Point Me High. 3 over. Yeah, you've got them 3 over, racing for position as they head to the quarter pole. As they go to the quarter, no give. Still 3 over. At the quarter. 27 and 4, quick opening fractions. They are more docking right there, Dwayne.
That answers the question, doesn't it?
Yeah, they're going to try to go a bunch. Here we go. As they make their way down, complete the first half of the mile. He's Special to the outside, having to go the long mile, not able to clear, still parked. It is Lucky to Be Sweet.
Dead heat at the line that time.
57 and 1/5, 57 and 1. Do they have enough left in the tank to bring it home? Half of a mile. Off a 2, down the backside. He's special, still parked to the outside. Gonna have to go about 1 mile and an eighth. 3 wide, 3 over. Look at him. You got a pack of horses all right there. 3.5 lengths cover the field at the 3/4 pole. 128 and 2 fifths, 128 and 2. He's special. Out on the front. Or no, hey, that's Hangman McGee. Hangman McGee out on top. He was hung for a while, but he ain't hanging anymore. He's on the front end. 4 over. It is Hangman McGee. Brett Erickson with Hangman McGee. Photo for 3rd, 4th, and 5th with the official time. 1:59, 1/5. 1:59 and 1. Hey, you said sub 2-minute mile. You were thinking it, Dwayne.
I did. You look at the times, you look at the track, and you had to expect it, and they were flying.
1:59 and 1/5. Went to the quarter in 27 and 4. The half in 57 and 1. 128 and 2. 1:59 and 1/5 for Hangman McGee. Brett Erickson, the Green Lantern. The Green Lantern flashed there, Dwayne.
Yeah, we talked about you don't see them. We're just talking right here as we were coming down. You expect a sub 2 minute. You don't expect them to come from last to first for a sub 2 minute, and that's what happened.
He sat and rode for quite a while, and all of a sudden, Hangman McGee going in a hurry. Oh my! Terry T. Latin, Marshall, Texas. Amos Hines trains. Brett Erickson drives. 1:59, 1/5. All right. Official results for the 7th. We'll give it to you in a hurry right here. Multimillionaire was 2nd. Horse number 2, He's Special, was 3rd. Horse number 3, Hangman McGee, your winner. Horse number 4, Lucky to Be Sweet, was 5th. And horse number 5, Point Me High, was 4th. Top down, 2, 3, 1, 5, 4 on the bottom. 27 and 4, 57 and 1, 128 and 2, 159 and 1 for the Don Sheely Memorial with Hangman McGee. Amy Hendricks, Rutland, you're the winner. Amy. Well, Larry, you still alive? You didn't have Hangman? Okay. Their winner, pick 10, out the window.
All right, we're going to step in here real quick. Talk to the Green Lantern. That's the nickname you've been given. How do you like that?
It's all right.
Really fast early. You were at the back. You charged late. Does that work well for this horse to be able to take that pace and kind of slow down and charge late?
Not really. I knew 1 and 2 were going to duke it out right off the bat, so I was like, well, I'll just wait and see what happens.
Well, you waited just for, it worked out. Congratulations. Championship win.
All right, Hangman McGee. Red ticket. We got a red ticket giveaway. If you got a red ticket, get them out. 138-729. Last 3, 729. Our prize pack. Compliments of Iowa Harness Racing. Head on down, see Dana. Raise your hand if you got the last 3, 729. 729. Red ticket. Miss Dinah Gooch. Dinah, better go buy a lottery ticket before you head back to Texas. Dinah Gooch, our winner. And we got one more prize pack to give away after our final race. You do have to be present to win.
Richard says, sit off the pace and kick it home. And that's what happened right there, wasn't it? A great charge to finish that one.
You know, all of a sudden, I actually screwed that one up, Dwayne. I didn't know it was the Green Lantern out on the front until I finally seen him at the 8th pole headed home. But Seton Road, he was in the back for a long time. Everybody else was parked 2 and 3 over, but they were all right there. At the three-quarter pole, I called it 3.5 lengths total cover the field, and then all of a sudden Hangman McGee kicks it in the rear, picks up the win.
Yeah, Hangman McGee, if they ran that last quarter in 30, he ran it a lot faster than that because he was at the back, found his way to the front, and that actually about that middle quarter of the second half, and he was flying down the stretch. There's no doubt about that at all, pulling away. But another 3-4 over at the finish, right, for second, third, fourth, and fifth. I mean, the racing has been fabulous here this afternoon. I don't think anybody can say anything other than that, as it's been a great, great day of racing. We have one more championship race yet to come, race number 8. It's the pacing 3-year-old Fillies yet to do battle here this afternoon. And Humboldt, we'll take a quick break if you're watching on YouTube and hear another word from Purina.
Horses thrive. We tackle problems using science. Plus, our love of horses keeps us working until we get it right. Even with our most established feeds, we keep innovating. Even when it takes years of research, there is always more to learn. Our PhDs are dedicated to the scientific method, but it can't capture the feeling of seeing a horse reach their full potential. It takes science and love, each pulling its weight, to help your horse live their best life.
And we are back here, if you're watching on YouTube, at the Humboldt County Fairgrounds in Humboldt, Iowa. Championship Sunday has its final championship race coming your way right now as we switch from race number 7, Tony, to race number 8, the Pacing Fillies.
Yeah, so this will be the Dick Nut Terwilliger Memorial. This will go to the fastest and the winning champion in the filly division for 3-year-old Pacing Fillies. You got a field of 5. One driver change. Number 1 may be sneaky. Will be Will Rolling in the bike on Lasix, adding medication Lasix to the 1. It is owned by Set the Pace Racing LLC, Chicago City, Minnesota. Nick Rowland trains, Will Rowland drives. 10 outings with 4 wins, 1/3. Last race at Humboldt was 4th. Horse number 2, Trans Mane, owned by Evelyn M. Lyles, Batavia, Iowa. Gary Lyles trains and drives. 14 outings, 4 wins, 2 seconds, 3/3. Last race, Humboldt picked up a win, 201 3/5. Horse number 3, Spunky Town, owned by Mark Minton, Perry, Iowa. Joe Kilberg, Preston, Iowa. Kevin Kilberg, Columbus Junction. Trained by Mark Minton, driven by Mark Minton. 13 outings, 4 wins, 4 seconds, 1/3. Last race to Humboldt picked up a win as won its last 2 starts. Horse number 4, Little Sharp, owned by Stephanie James and Justin Gould, Humboldt, Iowa. Justin Gould trains, James Gould drives. 13 outings, 3 wins, 8 seconds. Last race at Humboldt was 5th, place 4th. And horse number 5, Force in Between Yo, leased to Garrett Lorenzo Gooch, Missouri City, Texas, trained by Lorenzo Gooch, driven by Chad Swinson. 18 outings, 1 win, 1 second, and 4/3. Last race at Humboldt was 4th. That is your field of 5 for the Dick Nut Terwilliger Memorial for Pacing. Oh, it's not Nut, just Dick Terwilliger. Richard Terwilliger. Yeah, Nut was Virgil. Sorry about that. So I think we honored Virgil a couple years ago. So now we actually have Richard Terwilliger for race number 8. And then we'll move into our aged divisions, 4 years and older, on the trot and on the pace.
So after this, we'll have 3 races remaining, 2 pacing aged Iowa and 1 trot. The trot will be in between the 2 pacing races. So some good racing yet to come, but this Sunday is all about these champions, right? It's all about working all season to be in these big championship races. $18,000 purse for each one of these first 8 races, and the last one coming here with the Pacing Fillies.
You bet, and get 45% of that $18,000. Pretty good payday for all their effort and stuff. Still not too shabby, getting 25% of 18, and then 15% of 18, 10%, of course, $1,800, and then 5 getting $900 for finishing 5th. So everybody getting a little piece of the pie. Still a pretty good payday because you pay $125 to get in on these. So a lot of people don't understand that. In Iowa, you do have to pay a stake payment and also an entry fee. A lot of other states, you don't pay a dime. You just go to the track, you enter your horses, you don't pay any stake. You do sometimes some of these big races you see that go for, like last night, $300,000, $500,000. You do pay a stake payment early, which is $15,000, $2,000, $2,500, but you're going, and a lot of those big stake races, they all get some piece of the pie. And some places you don't pay any entry fee. You just show up and race, and it's just the way some associations are. But ours, you pay a stake payment, and also you pay an entry fee each time that you race. Today, championships had to pay a $125 entry. Consolations yesterday were $75, and then anything that wasn't overnight or aged was $25. So.
And you do pay a lot of that money back, though. You have a pretty good chance when you're racing one of these races with the Iowa Harness Horsemen's Association, Iowa Harness Racing. You've got a good chance of getting that money back.
Well, yeah,
it pays well.
We go with a field of 7, so you got to beat at least 2 horses to get a check. So 1 through 5. But on our regular stake races, we go for right at $6,000 unless there's too many. Of course, it gets decreased if there is more divisions, but most of the time, all going for at least $6,000.
Abby Kilberg says, "Let's go Spunky Town." So Spunky Town getting a little love here.
I got a little ownership with the Kilbergs right there. So Joe Kilberg and Kevin Kilberg, some ownership on the Spunky Town. So. And we do want to thank Joel Edge, Webster City, Iowa, on the bugle for the call of race 8. Thank you, Joel. He is your Purina dealer, feeding the champions. If you're looking to get your program up to where it needs to be, want to try it, give him a call, send him a message on Facebook, social media. Joel Edge, the Purina dealer.
Oh, this is going to be a good one. We've seen some great pacing races today. This is going to be just as good. Will Rowland's had some success today. There's some other guys that have had some as we go along. And there's going to be a lot of people wanting to get this last championship win of the day, right?
Okay, the Veterans of Foreign War out of Dakota City, the VFW. They're going to be closing here in about 20 minutes. So 20 minutes, you got an opportunity. If you need something, stop down, grab something good to eat, cold to drink. The final hurrah here at the Humboldt County Fairgrounds. Championship race number 8, Pacing Fillies. And, moving and shaking, there was a lot of parking horses 2, 3 over in that last one. We'll have to see how this shakes out right here for race 8. Maybe Sneaky, Transmini, Spunky Town, Little Shar, and Forcing Between You. Be interesting to see how this race plays out.
Yeah, these are horses, as you look through certain classes today and certain championship races, you expected certain horses to be at the front, right? This is one where I think if we're still in the pick 10, this is one that could be difficult to pick.
Yeah, it could be. And nobody left in pick 10. We'll have to wait until next year. They have to try an opportunity to win $1,500. You know what we might do as an association? We might bump it an extra $500, so it might be $2,000, but it's been paid out 3 times. So be interesting to see how this shakes out. Race number 8. Horse number 1, Maybe Sneaky with Will Rowland. Horse number 2, Transmini with Gary Lyles. Horse number 3, Spunky Town with Mark Minton. Horse number 4, Little Shar with James Gould. And the 5, Forcing Between You with Chad Swenson. There's some fan clubs over there.
Yeah, there's some people cheering. That's what we like to see. I'm thinking maybe next year you should do what they were talking about earlier and say, if I'm perfect through 5, you can give me $200 and call it good.
That's something we might have to, as an association, have to look at that and see if you can pick the first 5. We did actually have some people pick 9.
Earlier this year, right?
Yeah, you just pat them on the back, tell them good job. But
we appreciate you trying.
Appreciate you trying, but might be something in this progressive. We've only paid it out 3 times, so as an association, maybe we bump it up and also do a little bogey type deal. If you can pick 9 in a day, maybe you get $200 or $250 for your efforts. It's pretty tough to pick.
Give them a mulligan.
Yeah, give them a mulligan. We had a few races throughout the season where we only had 9 races. We gave you the 10th one for free, and then all of a sudden you only had 5 or 6 right. So,
it doesn't matter if there's 5 or 9 or 15. Going 100% is pretty difficult.
It is. But we had a lady the last time I remember. She was actually at the Iowa State Fair, and she actually did it. She had no harness racing background. She picked on names and some performances, and she picked all 10. She was nervous through 9, and then ended up winning that one. We haven't been to the State Fair for quite a few years. I don't know what the last time, maybe Roger Rowland or Judy knows exactly when we raced the last time at the Iowa State Fair. And they don't even have a track anymore down at the State Fairgrounds.
Yeah, it's being from Illinois, I'm pretty lucky. Great mile track in Illinois still, but unfortunately not the case here in Iowa.
Yeah, as the round gate swings into the head of the stretch, we get set to go with race number 8. 3-year-old pacing fillies for the Richard Terwilliger Memorial, picking up speed. And here I go up and pace it. You got him 3 over already down to the turn 1. Who's it going to be out on the front end? It's maybe Sneaky. Maybe Sneaky out on top racing. Second is Transmini. In third, Little Shar. Spunky Town races 4th. And 5th is Horseman Between You. Down the backside as they head to the quarter pole. Out on top showing the way. It's maybe Sneaky. Will rolling in command. Going to take him to the quarter pole. Out on the front end. It's maybe Sneaky. 28 3/5. Quick opening tempo. 28 3/5. They're moving on another maybe sub or 2-minute mile, Dwayne.
Yeah, and they've tucked in nose to tail. This could be fast all the way as they come around turn 4.
I think a few people are going to save their horses maybe for a little run at the end. Here we go as they make their way down, complete the first half of the mile on the front end. It is still maybe Sneaky now, moving and shaking. Now tipping out. It is Little Shark. 59, getting a little breather there, just a little bit. Now, Little Shar wanting to try to cut the mile. Little Shar out on the front. Maybe Sneaky in second. Spunky Town in third. In 4th. Transmini down the backside as they head to the 3/4 pole. Out on top, it is Little Shar. Spunky Town. The race is on as they head to the 3/4 pole. It is Little Shar. 128 and 4/5, 128 and 4. They picked up the tempo. It's Little Shar, Spunky Town. Race in 3rd. Horseman Between You. In 4th, Transmini. As they round the far turn. Head down the stretch. Spunky Town, Little Shar. Transmini coming in a hurry on the outside. Who's it going to be? No, it is Chad Swinson with Horseman Between You. Horseman Between You. Forces right through the middle. How about that? Forcing Between You. Dinah Gooch. Did you see that one coming, Dinah? Forced it's right in between them. Forcing Between You. 159 2/5. 159 and 2 for Forcing Between You with Chad Swinson with the driving win. Well, we said it was going to be under a sub 2-minute mile, Dwayne. The boys and the girls put on a show right there.
Yeah, they did. And it's amazing how the races were ended similarly, but were ran so differently, right? They were in a bunch. The boys were in a bunch the entire time. The girls, for the first half or so, were pretty spread out, going nose to tail, and then made huge charges down the stretch.
Yeah, that three over, maybe 4 over as they come down and Forcing Between You, force it right up in there and picking up the win. Miss Dinah Gooch, I think she is happy.
I don't think you could get much happier after a race like that, man. You make a charge late and get a big win. All right, if we could scoot everybody down here in front of the pink pylon. Are you going to hold the blanket?
Official results for the 8th race. Horse number 1, Maybe Sneaky, was 5th. Horse number 2, Transmini, was 2nd. Horse number 3, Spunky Town, was 3rd. Horse number 4, Little Shar, was 4th. And horse number 5, Force in Between You, your winner. Force in Between You, leased to Lorenzo Gooch, Missouri City, Texas, trained by Lorenzo Gooch, driven by Chad Swinson. That'll make 19 starts, 2 wins, 1 second, 4 thirds. And Force in Between You was bred by Ronald Lamar Burks, Houston, Texas. Is that Waco? Is that known as Waco? Ronald Burks, Waco. Waco. Look at there, Gooch in the winner's circle. Forcing Between You, forced her way right in there.
We'll come out here and talk to Chad Svensson. Everybody's been talking about Swede power and all kinds of stuff. You finally got the win. You said you've been working all year for this one, but you got it.
Yeah, we finally won the good one. She's been in Minnesota part of the year and down here, and this is her second win this year. At least it was a big one.
Well, I tell you what, that race was fast. It was 28 and change in the first quarter, but you guys were single file a lot. You came up forcing through, as Tony had said there at the end. Were you kind of like biding your time knowing the pace was pretty quick?
Kind of. She's been coming home real well, so I was trying to set myself up to come right there at the end, and it worked out well today.
Well, congratulations on a big win. And are you doing what else you got to do today?
One more left.
One more left, so another win will be good, right? Chad Svensson, the winner and the final championship race of the day, the 3-year-old Between Yo. Yes, yep. He yowed right between as he forced between on the finish, as Tony was talking about earlier. Forcing Between Yo gets the win, the charge late. Gets the final championship of the day in the 3-year-old pacing fillies here at the Humboldt County Fairgrounds.
Yeah, that'll be a new lifetime mark, 159-2. Top down, 5, 2, 3, 4, 1. So Maybe Sneaky was 5th. Transmini 2nd. Spunky Town was 3rd. Little Shar was 4th. And Force in Between You was your winner. 28-3, 59 to the half, 128-4. New lifetime mark, 159-2 for Force in Between You. That is a Special Forces out of a voracious Hanover mare known as Waco. Ronald Lamar Burks, Houston, Texas, the breeder.
Rob Anderson says that I believe what he's talking about is when the lady did the perfect 10 for 10 was the last time you were at the state fair. So that's been a few years ago. He didn't give the year, but he did say it was the last time you were there. So I guess she went out in a big way, didn't she? She did. Race number 9 be up next to the first of 2 pacing races for the Aged Iowa division.
Yeah, we do want to thank Bomb Guards. I know they sell a lot of materials to a lot of different people here at the Humboldt County Fairgrounds. A lot of trainers and owners and people go up and support Bum Guards, and do want to thank them. Stop and support them. And we had Quentin from Humboldt. He was the winner. He knew it was going to be Force in Between You. Good job, Quentin. Yeah. Up next, we have 3 driver changes in the 9th. Nick Rowland on the 1, Justin Van Arloo on the 2, Brady Jensen on the 4. Nick Rowland gets the call to drive. It's a Mark's World, owned by Royal Roland, Grinnell, Iowa. Carol Polkowski, Oskaloosa, Iowa. Trained by Royal Roland, driven by Nick Rowland. 11 outings with 6 wins, 1 second. Last raced at Running Aces on September the 16th. Picked up a win in 1:53. Horse number 2, Waco Sassy Kid, owned by Lorenzo Gooch, Missouri City, Texas. Trained by Lorenzo Gooch, driven by Justin Van Otterloo. 11 outings, 3 wins, 2 seconds, 1/3. Last raced, scheduled race at Watch Here was Scratched Lane. Horse number 3, JoJo Going Spy, owned by Booker T. White, Dayton, Texas. Kathy Raymond trains, Adam Hauser drives. 13 outings, 3 wins, 1 second, 2/3. Last raced at Watch Here, picked up a win, 202 1/5. Horse number 4, Mark 1027, owned by Larry Jensen, Bode, Iowa. Brandon Jensen trains, Brady Jensen drives. 19 outings, 2 wins, 4 seconds, and 4/3. Last raced at Running Aces was 7th, 155 4/5, back on September the 17th. And horse number 5, Rock Me Socks Off, owned by Wilden McDaniel, Denison, Iowa. Wilden McDaniel trains, Brett Erickson drives. 11 outings with 2 seconds and 4/3. Last raced at Watch Here was 2nd. That is your field of 5. Aged Iowa on the pace, Colt and Gelding Division, brought to you by Bumgards.
George Hugh, watching from Sioux City, has been in the live chat all day. I want to thank him for being there.
You bet. Do want to thank everybody that's been out there watching on our YouTube stream. And it's kind of neat to have that chat up because you're able to just, you know, there's some stuff I know that you had to delete out of there. But also, it's kind of funny how the spammers always try to get in on your links as far as trying to put, hey, you want to buy this or sell that? And
when you have something people enjoy, they want to hop in there and try to take advantage of it. So that's what happens. Richard C. said those last 2 drives on the drives on the last 2 races down the stretch are as exciting as they come, no matter what track you're at. And I would say that he is probably 100% accurate.
Now, that is true. I'll tell you what, those were exciting. And my cousin Rod Paris, watching in Altoona, Iowa, he said, 3-year-old pacing girls, what a show. And that was, I'll tell you what, that was unbelievable. You know, we get the opportunity to talk about it, but, you know, I go back and watch a lot of this because not able to, you know, you're calling the action, but it's always fun to go back, and I'm kind of anxious to go back and watch the 3-year-old pacing colts and girls, you know, with the call of the action, because all of a sudden I lost Hangman McGee, and all of a sudden he's on the front end.
Well, I've done a lot of announcing through the years, too. I've never announced a harness race.
Hey, you want to do it?
I might. Yeah,
all right.
I'll do one. But what I was going to say is you lose the excitement of parts of the race because you have to focus on something that's going on, or you catch somebody just like the Hangman McGee. You miss that because he was out of the picture, right out of your speaking picture. Then all of a sudden he's there, and it takes a second to realize, holy smokes, that's who it is.
Yeah. All of a sudden I see Brett Erickson on the front end. And we do want to thank George Hugh out of Sioux City, Iowa, watching on our YouTube stream, playing the bugle for our 9th race of the afternoon. We got the 9th, 10th, and 11th to put a cap on our season. Like you said, it's a family affair. You know, it's on like Donkey Kong when you're on the track. But, you know, it's a true family, true knit. Everybody comes together, helps everybody, and always just a good thing, just like the racing community in cars. So we get set to go with our 9th race of the afternoon. This will be your age pace. And you take a look. It's a Mark's World, $129,000 earned. Waco Sassy Kid, $56,000. JoJo Going Spy, $23,976. Mark 1027, $158,580 or 21, and Rock Me Socks Off, $56,442. So these aged, experienced horses have raced a lot of races, and you take a look down through here. 53 starts for It's a Mark's World. Waco Sassy Kid with 48 starts. JoJo Golden Spy with 96. Mark 1027, 140 lifetime starts. And Rock Me Socks Off with 145. So very experienced class right here for your aged pace Colton Gelding division.
And that's the cool thing about the age division, right? Because you get to, maybe when they were 2 and 3 years old, they didn't race together, but now you get to see them together, right? And some of the horses that were dominant at 2 that were able to race against somebody who was dominant at 3 now gets to race against each other, and you get a bunch of money won by some of these horses.
Well, and our program here in Iowa is tailored to 2 and 3 year olds. You know, a lot of our age horses go on and race at other places, but you look at this and going for $2,500. A lot of these horses have moved on and raced at the Raceway and taken lifetime marks at other tracks. Might not have been as good as a 2 and 3 year old, but really actually holding their own and getting checks in the age division. Horse number 1, it's a Mark's World with Nick Rowland. Horse number 2, Waco Sassy Kid with Justin Van Otterloo. This is the number 4 horse, Mark 1027 with Brady Jensen. So Brady, first time in the bike today, getting to see Brady Jensen. The 3, JoJo Going Spy with Adam Hauser. And the 5, Rock Me Socks Off with Brett Erickson.
So Pat Howard is joining the live chat. Rob Anderson says if he remembers right, it was 2010 or 2011 last time you're at the State Fair, and he wanted to point out that he has the track record.
He does?
That's what he said. He said he has the track record, but he didn't say what it was. I can't remember. I can't believe that if he said he had the track record, he didn't say what the track record was.
I think it'll hold forever, Dwayne.
Yeah, that's a nice thing about it. If you can win it on the last, if you can set a record on the last day of something, you know you're going to have it forever.
Especially when they take the bulldozer and nose it in. So, but yeah, you were talking about the state of Illinois. You know, DuQuoin and Springfield, couple mile tracks over there. Also up there at Hawthorne, those tracks. 10 minutes for concessions. 10 minutes, last call. If you want something from concessions, head on down. 10 minutes. Also good to see Justin Van Otterloo in the bike. Also good to see Justin Amundsen with us, making the trek down out of Minnesota. I'll be up to visit next Saturday up at Cannon Falls. If you're still looking for more harness racing fixes, they'll be racing next Saturday, right? Saturday, 1 o'clock post time, I think, in Cannon Falls. Here we go with race number 9. Picking up speed. And here we go off stride. It's Waco Sassy Kid getting out on top, showing the way. It's a Mark's World. It's a Mark's World. JoJo Going Spy races second. Mark 1027 races third. Now settling is Waco Sassy Kid in 5th. Racing 4th, it is Brett Erickson with Rock Me Socks Off. Down the backside, it's Nick Rowland in command with It's a Mark's World. It's a Mark's World out on top as they head to the quarter pole. It's a Mark's World on the front. Racing second, JoJo Going Spy. 29 and 4 fifths, 29 and 4 out on the front end. It's a Mark's World. JoJo Going Spy races second. Waco Sassy Kid now has caught the field. Up to take over 4th. Now goes after 3rd. Now drifting out. Up in first over, first up is Mark 1027. Mark 1027 also with cover. Trying to follow is Waco Sassy Kid as they come to the half. It's a Mark's World. Minute 2 fifths. Out on the front end, showing the way. It is Nick Rowland in command with It's a Mark's World. Racing second, Mark 1027. In 3rd, JoJo Going Spy. Battle for 4th, Rock Me Socks Off, and Waco Sassy Kid. As they head to the 3/4 pole, It's a Mark's World. 128 and 4 fifths, 128 and 4. Can they bring it home? Mark 1027 right there within striking distance. It's a Mark's World as they round the far turn down the stretch. Mark 1027 trying to turn it on. It's a Mark's World. You've got a horse race as they come to the wire. Mark 1027 to the outside. It's a Mark's World picking up the win. Mark 1027 second. JoJo Going Spy third. 4th, Rock Me Socks Off. And 5th, Waco Sassy Kid. 157 and 4 fifths. 157 and 4. They did. They stepped on the accelerator. They went to the quarter in 29 and 4. The half in a minute and 2/5. 3/4 in 1:28 and 4. The mile 1:57 and 4/5 for It's a Mark's World.
Fastest race of the day, if my memory serves me correctly.
Yeah, I think you got a good memory right there, Dwayne. 1:57 and 4 for your age pacing Colts and Gildays. Baumgars sponsoring race number 9. Yeah, 1:57 and 4/5. 1:57 and 4. It's a Mark's World, owned by Royal Rolling, Grinnell, Iowa. Carol Polkowski, Oskaloosa, Iowa. Royal Rolling Trains. Nick Rowland doing the drive it. So it's a Mark's World. That'll make 54 starts, 20 wins, 14 seconds, 4/3 in its lifetime. Annika Svensson, you're the winner. Like Annika Swanson, right? Official results for race number 9. Horse number 1, It's a Mark's World, your winner. Horse number 2, Waco Sassy Kid, was 5th. Horse number 3, JoJo Golden Spy, was 3rd. Horse number 4, Mark 1027, was 2nd. And horse number 5, Rock Me Socks Off, was 4th. Top down, 1, 5, 3, 2, 4 on the bottom. Quarter 29 and 4, a half minute, 2/5, 3/4, 1:28 and 4. The mile 1:57 and 4/5, fastest mile of the afternoon for It's a Mark's World. The Mark card. Gelding, 5-year-old, out of a life sign mare, breeder Connie and Dwayne Rowland.
Rob Anderson comes through in the pinch. Is it Kiowa Creek Rocket or Kiowa? Kiowa Creek Rocket, 159 and change was the track record, is what he said. So that's pretty good. A pretty good lap, because that was a mile track, right? No, it was half mile. So it was. I forget that in Illinois, all the big tracks at our county fairgrounds are all miles. Moving on to race number 10 next. That will be the Aged Iowa on the Trot. Ten of 11 getting ready to come to the racetrack now. So means we're quickly coming to a close on the 2022 season here in Humboldt. It's been a great day of racing so far, and race number 1 of the Aged Iowa with the pacing in race number 9 was just as good as advertised. The 8 races this morning were great, or earlier afternoon were great, but that one was just as good.
I'll tell you what, Dwayne, what a outstanding day so far. We got 2 more. We got race number 10. It'll be your Aged Iowa Trot, and this will be in memory of Gail Conte. And Gail, avid horse person. They grew up on the East Coast. Her and Mike raced here yesterday, had a couple of horses racing, and we'll honor Gail Conte. Also, Gail was something that we want to make sure you know. There was a $5,000 check that was presented to the Humboldt Ag Society in her memory for the new barn right down there off of turn number 4. And Gail Conte actually had worked as a groom and was involved in a association out east in New York, and she wanted to make sure that her legacy lived on, and she actually gave a $5,000 donation after her passing in her memory to the Humboldt Ag Society. So,
yeah, county fairgrounds across the country, not just Iowa, but in every state that has county fairgrounds, they're dependent on donations and assistance, whether it be in financial or equipment, right? And anytime they can do that, it's great, and it's great to see people who take advantage of the fairgrounds to give back to the fairgrounds. That's what it's all about, right?
that is, and you know, a lot of, like you said, a lot of nonprofits and stuff, they rely on the community to support, also the county fairs to try to earn their money and keep things going. And we're fortunate enough here at the Humboldt County Fairgrounds, Humboldt Ag Society, keeping things going here, and a all-weather limestone track for harness racing. People train right here at the Humboldt County Fairgrounds. So, oh, also, if you're looking for championship photos or win photos, you can message Kim Larson through Messenger, also Facebook Messenger, however you want to do that. You can send Kim a message, and she will get you those win photos from today or any of our races throughout the summer as we get set to go with race number 10. Aged Iowa Gail Conti Memorial. Aged Iowa on the Trot. Field of 4. Horse number 1, Hawkeye Fly Going Spy. Owned, trained by Kathy Raymond, driven by Chad Swinson. 9 outings, 2 seconds and 2/3. Last race to watch here was 4th. Horse number 2, I'm Another Wilson, owned by Carol Paris, Bloomfield, Iowa, Tyson Paris, Tumwa, Iowa, Adam Hauser trains and drives. 14 outings with 10 wins, 2 seconds and 1/3. Last race to watch here picked up a win. Horse number 3, Sparkplug Sparky, owned by Wilda McDonald, Denison, Iowa. Wilda McDonald trains, Brett Erickson drives. 13 outings, 2 wins, 4 seconds, 1/3. Last race to watch here was 2nd. And horse number 4, King Rail, owned, trained, and driven by Kerry Sturts, Humboldt, Iowa. 9 outings with 2 seconds and 5/3. Last race to watch here. That is your field of 4 for your Aged Iowa, 4 years of age and older for the Gail Conti Memorial. And taking a look down through here, Hawkeye Fly Going Spy, 37 lifetime starts, $9,095 banked. I'm Another Wilson, 41 outings, 23 wins, 9 seconds, 3/3, 76,394, and taking a lifetime mark at Running Aces of 159-2 earlier this summer. Horse number 3, Sparkplug Sparky, been out 39 times with 4 wins, 8 seconds and 4/3, 20,968 in the bank, 204 and 1/5 here at Humboldt as a 3-year-old. And King Rail, 160 starts. This will make the 161st start, 18 wins, 34 seconds, 4/3 or 41/3. $87,152, has a lifetime mark of 202 and 3/5 at Running Aces. And what I had been told, that King Rail will make his final start 161 lifetime starts for King Rail. Is that right, Dana? The final start for King Rail. As we get set to go, field of 4.
Race number 10 getting ready to come your way here. As I think this is going to be the one I call, huh, Tony? It sounds like a plan. I don't know if it's a plan or not. I apologize in advance.
That's up to you as far as you've been with us all throughout the summer doing the promotions and stuff. Johnny Miller, we do want to thank him and Chrissy for their dedication. Thank you very much. Tell you what, you know, pinning people down nowadays, you got to make sure you got somebody that's going to show up and do it.
Well, I can tell you that Johnny made a point to tell me today that if we're back, he wants to come. Well, Chrissy wants to come back. I don't know if Johnny wants to come back or not, but Chrissy wants to come back next year. So we'll see how that. Maybe we get Chrissy to be on camera and do interviews or something.
Yeah, there you go.
That sounds like a really good plan. I don't know if she'll do it or not though.
Now starter making its way to the backside. We get set to go with race number 10. And we do want to thank Fred Wagner, Wellman, Iowa, on the bugle again. Fred, excellent job on the bugle for the call of the 10th. Congratulations on your win with Merle.
Chrissy says she'll hand out the blankets and awards, but she doesn't want to talk.
Okay. And we get set to post parade for race number 10. This will be your aged Iowa, 4 years of age and older, field of 4. So Dwayne Hewitt. I know Dwayne's announced a lot of cars, and this is going to be his first gig announcing a harness race.
Yeah, I've announced a lot of things. Harness racing has not been one of them as of this, up until this point.
They all look the same unless you got a gray horse out there.
Yeah, we need to paint the entire. You said look at the colors. I can't see that far away. That's going to be my problem.
I send you to the eye doctor, sir.
The problem is they're brand new glasses.
Brand new glasses. Okay, so he's going to do the post parade and also call the action for race number 10.
All right, let's get ready for the post parade here. Race number 10. Iowa registered, 3 years and older on the trots. One more race to come after this one. Horse number 1, Hawkeye Fly Going Spy with Chad Svensson. Horse number 2, I'm Another Wilson with Adam Hauser. Horse number 3, Spark Plug Sparky with Brett Erickson. And horse number 4, King Rail with Carrie Sturts. That's your 4-horse field. Racing for $3,000 in purse money. And Tony, that means everybody's going to take home a little something. That's been the case all day long, right? Everybody in each of these races is taking home a chunk of the purse. 4 horses sharing $3,000 here in this Aged Iowa on the Trot Gail Conti Memorial. So once again, 4 horses here in the 10th race of the day. Hawkeye Fly Going Spy starting on the post. I'm Another Wilson in the 2 slot. Spark Plug Sparky starting 3rd. King Rail. King Rail in the 4th spot. I'm getting harassed by the judges. This could not be good. It hasn't even started yet, and I'm already getting harassed. So the gate is rolling at the quarter pole as the field starts to line up. Hey, since I'm doing this, are you going to run the computer? Okay, when they get close, click on picture in picture, and then when they get by, can you read that? It's already set there. Click picture in picture when they come by, and then go back to Iowa Harness, and then when they come back by again, click picture in picture again. All right, they're rounding the far turn, getting ready to come to the stretch. So look to go At the pole here on the front stretch. Once again, Hawkeye Fly going spy. I'm another Wilson. Spark Plug Sparky King Rail. And they are off and trotting. Race number 10 of the day. I'm another Wilson out to the early race lead. 2 over, 4 second. Spark Plug Sparky takes over the second spot. King Rail, I believe, running in the third position. But out front, it's I'm another Wilson as they work down the backstretch, approaching the quarter post this time by. Still nose to tail as they work down the backstretch. At the quarter. 29 flat at the quarter for I'm another Wilson. About a 4-length advantage as he works off the far turn, working to complete the first half of the mile. Three-year-olds and older on the trot. I'm another Wilson. Leading them to the halfway point. $58-2 at the half for I'm another Wilson. Very quick pace as they work to complete the 3 quarters here. Broke the trot as did I'm another Wilson. Spark Plug Sparky closing now. Broke but settled very quickly, holding on to the lead, but the lead is down to about 3 lengths now at the 3/4 pole. 129 4/5, 129 4 as they round the far turn for the final time, coming to the home stretch. It's still I'm another Wilson. Spark Plug Sparky running in second. Spark Plug Sparky trying to close in, but right now it's I'm another Wilson all alone out front. Battle's going to be for third, it would appear. To the stretch, to the line it comes. I'm another Wilson. Spark Plug Sparky. Second, unofficially, Hawkeye Fly Going Spy. Third, 202 and 2. Whole bunch of 2s mixed with a 0 right there. 202 and 2 for the win for I'm another Wilson.
Well, Dwayne, you had me nervous there for a minute. He made a little bobble off it, too. But he's been kind of a unique horse that we actually had the opportunity to race. There's a little story with him. I'm going to tell you a little bit about this horse. We picked him up from Henry Byler, the Byler boys, Wilson, Wyoming. He is a 27-year-old stallion, still alive, his father. They made the agreement that we would keep him a stud. He will replace Wilson, Wyoming when he actually, something ever happens to him. But I'm another Wilson will carry on his tradition. Scott Cruz, North English, you're the winner. But I'm another Wilson. I'm another Wilson. That will make 42 starts, 24 wins, 9 seconds, 3/3. He has a lifetime mark 159-2 coming at Running Aces earlier this summer. But we'll race him probably one more year. Try to get $100,000 on his card and then retire him. And he will be a stud that will stand in the state of Iowa.
Very, very quick picture. I'm being told no interviews. You guys hear enough out of Tony anyway. Adam doesn't even get out of the seat. He knows the score. Stays right there and along for the ride. Tyson ran all the way down here. I didn't know you could run that far. Are you riding back or? Okay, good plan. I don't blame you. So the final race of the day getting ready to come. Richard C. says the driver did a great job of recovery as I'm another Wilson broke stride on the backstretch. only lost about two lengths, so that tells you how fast he was going. That's probably the only reason he was over the 2-minute mark. Well, you can see that the announcer is not experienced because this announcer did not keep track of the times. That's what Tony was trying to get figured out right there, folks. I apologize.
No, you're all right. So we do want to thank our timers. I'll tell you what, these guys, they're here week in, week out. Give Tom Johnson, he is one of our Iowa Harness Horsemen board members for the nonprofit, and Mark Holton. Stand up, guys. Give them a wave. Thank you guys very much for what you do.
Tom's out here one day.
No, I tell you what, Tom used to be here every race. 30 plus years. Mark Holton, been in the horse business. How many years, Mark? 1987. So do want to thank them for being out here. What do you have for top down, Mike? Yeah, official results for race 10. Horse number 1, Hawkeye Fly Going Spy, was third. Horse number 2, I'm Another Wilson, your winner. Horse number 3, Spark Plug Sparky, was second. And horse number 4, King Rail, was 4. Top down, 3, 1, 2, 4 on the bottom. Quarter in 29, half in 58 and 1. 3 quarters, 129 and 4. The mile 202 and 2 pass for I'm Another Wilson.
The break, probably the one thing that kept that above 2, wasn't it? The break on the backstretch. It would have been a sub 2-second run probably had it not been for the break, but a good race for I'm Another Wilson, picking up another win here as we're down to our final race of the day, and for that matter of the year here in Humboldt. It's Pacing Aged Iowa coming your way right now. Want to thank everybody that's been watching on YouTube. Joel Edge for bringing us some advertising. We'll play another Purina ad here, and we'll be back with the final race of the day from Humboldt in just a couple minutes.
How do we help horses thrive? We tackle problems using science. Plus, our love of horses keeps us working until we get it right. Even with our most established feeds, we keep innovating. Even when it takes years of research, there is always more to learn. Our PhDs are dedicated to the scientific method, but it can't capture the feeling of seeing a horse reach their full potential. It takes science and love, each pulling its weight, to help your horse live their best life.
So once again, final race of the day, Aged Iowa. Pacing to finish things off tonight. George Hugh says Pacific Time is going to be the winner. I think the driver of that one has a few fans in the crowd today, I think.
There is a story in regards to its Pacific Time. Very sentimental to John. John Hendricks owns, Joel McDaniel trains, John Hendricks will drive It's Pacific Time. What I've been told, this is It's Pacific Time's final race of its career. They will breed her, she will become a mother. There's Big John right there. So, that's kind of emotional too. 52 starts, 26 wins, 10 seconds, and 4/3. It's Pacific Time and going to be a good mom.
Yeah, in the podium a lot there, racing 52 times, that many top threes means that you're a pretty good horse, and you're probably going to throw some pretty good ones as well.
Yeah, and banked $141,792. And Big John said, she don't owe me a dime. She bought me a Dodge pickup. So Race 11, horse number 1, Natacam, owned by Keith Carey, Columbus Junction, Iowa. Keith Carey, 101 years young. How about it, Dudley? Raise your program up right there in the grandstand. 101, and he still has horses to go feed each and every morning. Number 2, Glory and Honor Forever, Royal and Barb Rowland, Grinnell, Iowa. Owns Royal Rowland Trains, Nick Rowland drives. 11 outings with 1 win. Last race to watch here was 4th. At It's Pacific Time, John Hendricks, Humboldt, Iowa. Joel McDonald trains, John Hendricks drives. 11 outings, 4 wins, 3 seconds, 3/3. Final race of her career. Number 4, Red and Hot All Over, owned by Boo Crap, Humboldt, Iowa. Trained right here in Humboldt by Boo Crap. And James Gould gets called to drive. 11 outings, 2 wins, 5 seconds, and 3/3. And the 5, Ruby Rose, owned by Frank Chitwood, Centerville, Missouri. Frank Chitwood trains. Heidi Sainer drives. 5 outings, 2 wins, 1 second, 1/3. Last race to watch here was 5th. That is your field of 5, Aged Iowa, sponsored by the Humboldt Vet Clinic. Do want to thank Humboldt Vet Clinic, Aubrey and the gang out here doing our blood draws, also giving LASIKs and looking at horses, anything that needs done, and they give back to the Iowa Harness Horsemen's Association by sponsoring race number 11.
Well, It's Pacific Time is most definitely the sentimental favorite today, both on YouTube and in the crowd, I think. But with a lifetime mark of 52 starts with 26 wins, has to be right at the top of the favorites list, even without the sentimental value, correct?
Correct, Dwayne. As we get set to go with our final race of the 2022 race season.
Somebody here says Natacam's a sentimental favorite too.
And the 1 horse, Natacam, with Will Rowland. Number 2, Glory and Honor Forever with Nick Rowland. The 3, It's Pacific Time with John Hendricks. The 4, Red and Hot All Over, James Gould. And the 5, Ruby Rose with Heidi Center. And we get set to go with race 11.
Well, I guess if you want a sentimental favorite, he drew the spot that you would probably want to draw, right in the middle. Good starting position for It's Pacific Time. See if can come through in the final race of the career. Going to be a mare. Going to have some babies after this, but a big final race coming in the Aged Iowa for It's Pacific Time. Natacam has got some fans in the house as well, so it should be a great race. All 10 have been fantastic thus far today. We'll see if race number 11 can complete the sweep of fantastic racing here in Humboldt today.
Well, race fans, still want to thank you for hanging with us here in attendance. What did you think about Championship Sunday, everybody? What a day. All right, they approached the 8th pole. We'll be 1/8 of a mile from the start. Gate rounds the draw gate, works past the draw gate, swings into the head of the stretch. Our 11th and final race of the afternoon. Picking up speed. And here we go off and pacing. Down to the inside, it's Natacam. Natacam to the middle, it's Pacific Time. Red and Hot all over to the far outside. Racing 3rd, in 4th is Glory and Honor Forever. And racing 5th is Ruby Rose. Off a 2 down the backside for the first time. Out on top, showing the way, it's Natacam. Racing 2nd, It's Pacific Time. As they head to the quarter pole, it's Pacific Time now, going to make the pole. 29 and 4/5, 29 and 4. Out on top, it's Pacific Time with John Hendricks. Racing 2nd, Natacam. Racing in that 3rd position is Red and Hot all over. As around the far turn, make their way down to complete the first half of the mile. Out on the front end, Red and Hot all over now on the move to the outside with James Gould. As they come to the half, it's Pacific Time. 1 minute even. Out on top. It's Pacific time. Red and hot all over in second. Third, Natacam. Fourth, Glory and Honor Forever. And Ruby Rose. Off a 2 down the backside as they head to the 3/4 pole. Out on top, it's Pacific time. Still parked to the outside. Red and hot all over at the 3/4 pole. 129 and 1/5, 129 and 1. Red and hot all over. Still parked to the outside. Natacam right there in third, getting the trip. It's Pacific time as they turn for home. Now Ruby Rose going 3 over, 4 over as they come to the wire. Red and hot all over, Ruby Rose, Natacam. Might have been the one. 2 minutes even. 2 minute mile.
Well, race number 11 was as good as the rest. What a finish for race number 11.
It don't matter what it is. Iowa horses always shine here in Championship Sunday. Whether it was the first race or it was the 11th race, the race was on, Dwayne. And we'll have to find out who was the winner.
John Hendricks led so much of that race, and It's Pacific Time gave everything she had, didn't she? Careful there, buddy. You want to draw that ticket? Can we draw this last ticket? You want to draw one out of there? Red tickets. Need to go down and pick up your prize package.
The number 1, Natacam, was the winner.
138740. 138740. Red ticket. Go down and see Dana for your prize package. Hey, look at that. Big winner right there.
All right, official results for race 11. Natacam, you're a winner. Horse number 2, Glory and Honor Forever, was 5th. Horse number 3, It's Pacific Time, was 4th. Horse number 4, Red and Hot all over, 3rd. And the 5, Ruby Rose, was 2nd. Top down, 1, 5, 4, 3, 2. Getting the Humboldt Vet Clinic trophy. Going to Natacam. And the 101-year Deadly Keith Carey in the winner's circle. He owns Natacam. Trained by Curtis Carey, driven by Will Rowland.
We come down here and we've talked to everybody all day long. We might as well talk to you. Do you ever get tired of Tony pointing out that you're 101 years old?
No. I don't figure about my age. It's how I feel.
So you feel like you're 15 or so?
Oh, yeah. Outside my walking, I feel good.
All right. Well, so you feel good. That means you're going to keep owning these horses for another 5 or 10 years. Is that the plan?
When I was 100, I got a dung from the USTA that my membership was up. And I sat down and I wrote them. I said, we've raced horses for, I'm over 100. We raced horses for 72 years. And I thought, you ought to have a free membership. So I never heard from them for quite a while. Then I got one, and they sent me one for through next year. So
Well,
I'm good to race next year.
well, there you go. That's what we like to see. We'll expect to see you back here next year then.
This is the 73rd year that the Carries have raced horses. And we started out with an old Gerald Sulky Woodman, wired her up, and at $300 horses.
Well, it's changed a lot since then, hasn't it?
And Lady Order won the Parker Bird Philly Stake in Chicago in 2, 8, and 3. And Robinson won a trophy, Governor's Trophy in New Orleans at 2-5. So you see what horses breeding has done.
Nick and Will's great-grandfather. So you've the horses are getting faster and faster all the time, but the owners are staying the same though.
And the bike is quick hook up and the slanted trailers. We moved to stock trailers with 3 horses with the butts of the cab, and then another across the back. Yeah.
So the trailers are a little different.
Then we'd clean them out and sleep in them, lived in them.
Hey, I showed sheep. I cleaned mine out and lived in it too, so I feel your pain. Congratulations on a big win.
Well, I'll tell you what, Dwayne, Keith Carey gets to the winner's circle as good as a 50-year-old person and being 101. But Dudley, congratulations on your win. It's been a pleasure, Dwayne, working with you. I do want to thank you and your company for bringing Iowa Harness Racing live to our YouTube stream. And I do want to thank Johnny Miller, excellent camera work, along with his wife, Chrissy, over there, and yourself. Congratulations on calling that race 10. You did a great job.
Well, I don't think you have to worry about me stealing your job anytime soon.
Hey, you never know, and do want to thank you. It's been a pleasure. And if anybody's looking for win photos or anything out there, message Kim Larson on Facebook or through Messenger. She'll get you fixed up with any of the souvenir photos, keepsake moments, and that'll put a cap on our 2022 season. It's been a great season. We kicked it off back in the 4th of July, brought you each and every live event on the kickoff to the 4th of July, and also right here for Championship Sunday. And our banquet will be on November the 19th at the Best Western in Marshalltown, Iowa. All fans are welcome, and we look forward to seeing everybody there. We'll crown our champions, and that is always a good time with the awards banquet. So have a good time, have a few drinks, share some stories.
Yeah, we call it bench racing in the car series, right? So I want to thank everybody for myself that's been on YouTube and the live chat today. It's been a lot of fun talking to everybody on the live chat. Hopefully we can make that more of a normal thing if when we move forward with this, but hopefully we can continue to do that. So, Tony, thank you for letting me be a part of it. Thanks for letting us be a part of it. Everybody get home safe, and thanks for joining us here in Humboldt, Iowa.